WIIFTV PM.
WIIFTVP. Media's just for you and me. WIIFTVP. Media's just for you and me.
Jackson. If you could make up a social media holiday, what would it be?
Randy said National Don't Let No One Put You Down Day.
No one. What you gonna do? So when they say something crazy, you slap them?
Be like me said. Randy said a Jukathon Day.
Man, we're about 60 years old. I done had a heart.
You gotta get your heart rate up.
Okay, not that far.
All right, Mario said my favorite one. My friends and I do what we call National Call Off from Work Day.
As a business owner, I don't.
You don't like that? Yeah.
I don't like that.
Because I'm the boss of this family.
We got Marcus Garvey Day from Remy too.
Oh, Marcus Garvey Day. All right, what will we do on Marcus Garvey Day?
Call off from work.
I'm gonna need you to go ahead and come in tomorrow. That would be great. Okay?
Yeah, right.
Every black holiday has something to do with calling off from work.
You're cool.
How about National Join a Positive Black Organization Day? Because I don't want to be recruited. I don't want to be recruited and the brothers be like, thank you. Thank you. How about National Tell White People the Truth Day? Tell them how you really feel.
You can't handle the truth.
Why don't we call that National Black People Get Locked Up Day?
I'm going to tell them there's an African-American man threatening my life.
Hello.
The most dangerous show in the morning.
Crescent moon, drops of cruising, old school music, old school to see. Gotta make my way to you. Pull up on that ass like, oh, I wanna take you to New York, Chicago, LA, Houston, down all over London, Paris, the A to B, everywhere. I'll take you downtown, show you all the kind of things in life. I wanna take you downtown, show you all the kind of things in life. I wanna take you down. I wanna take you down. I wanna take you down. Show you all the kind of things in life. I wanna take. Show you all the kind of things in life.
Lake Shore, I made sure to make sure, yeah, that my place yours, yeah. 28th floor, yeah, I had 8 thoughts, yeah, all 8 yours, yeah, cake for dessert, but I ate yours.
Take you to New York, Chicago, LA, Houston, down all over London, Paris, the A to B, everywhere. Fly all over. Your last boy couldn't get what you asked for. Your last boy didn't even have a mask. Show you all the kind of things in life. I wanna take you downtown. Show you all the kind of things in life. I wanna take you down. I wanna take you down. I wanna take you down. I wanna take you downtown, show you all the kind of things in life. I wanna take you downtown, show you all the kind of things in life.
Let's reminisce. Yeah. Woo. See, I remember the first day we met, a Thursday night at the club I'll never forget. Do you remember the words that I said? One night in my bed you'll never regret. And you, with your pretty brown eyes, I knew changed my life. You opened up my eyes to see. I'm excited for our future, but I love our history. Let's throw back to the day that we first met. Let's throw back. I never will forget. Let's throw back to when we fell in love. Let's throw back, babe. I wanna throw back, babe. Is it just me? Don't you miss those nights sexing on the beach? Playing Isley Brothers in between the sheets. And now we're taking flights from London to Belize. And we're popping bottles, endless shopping sprees. Still sexy as can be. I knew you're still the only one for me. Yeah. I'm feeling lucky as can be. I'm excited for our future, but I love our history. Yeah. To the day that we first met, let's throw back. I really wanna know. Let's throw back. Let's go back. Fell in love. Let's throw back. Let's go. I wanna go back. Oh, come on now. We were making love to the first time we let's reminisce of the whip. We were making love. Come on now. Let's throw back. Oh, all I wanna do is throw it back. That's all I wanna do. Come on now. Let's throw back, babe. I wanna throw back, babe. Let's throw back, everybody. Let's throw back. If you love somebody, let's throw back. Talk about the love. Let's throw back. Let's throw. I wanna throw back. Reminisce on how it used to be. Oh yeah.
WIFTVPM.
You are listening to the most dangerous show in the morning. This is What's in It for the Black People Radio. Maze Jackson. Maze Jackson, the most vociferous advocate for black people in the world.
For Ruthie Moore, for Todd Stoger, I am the host of the Maze Jackson Show, asking every single day, what's in it for the black people? And if you don't like it, you can still tell them Maze said, Mayor Lightfoot, man, we ain't accepting that. We ain't accepting that. Let's go. Yeah. Let's get down to business and go ahead and address the facts. Mayor Lightfoot seems more lesbian than black. Rahm Emanuel's another case. He was just as tired. 50 closed schools left much tired. They suppressed so it couldn't touch a lot of hands. Reminds me of that 16 shots in that cover-up. Both of them similar, so I went and dug it up. George Floyd killed, a lot of riots happened in the town. Southside burned and they wouldn't let them bridges down. Grandmother sick, need a prescription and plus a couple groceries. You gon' have to travel just to get it now. COVID-19 out here shutting all the business down. Not enough SBA loans to even give around. So many failed businesses that you can put them in the pile. If you don't survive the pandemic, it's gon' sit you down. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. Shout out to Willie Wilson. Hope one day you get to Senate. We need some different players in the game to handle business. Too many shady characters like Madigan and Blotto. But when you really break it down, it's typical Chicago. City full of gangsters, it's what the land was built on. Same streets with hood legends, DNA gets spilled on. Carjackers out here lurking, trying to get they steal on. Looking for a block to put them Hellcat wheels on. Let this give bogus appraisals a red line. Car crackers out here getting minimal fair time. And I'm concealed carry, I stay with the pipe. But Illinois gun laws giving minimal rights. Stay up on the swivel, make sure I'm moving tight. Check all of my mirrors when I pull up to the light. Pick my homie up from out of town, man, he caught a flight. He was hella nervous, told him, shorty, this is a way of life. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked is so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked is so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks.
Wake up, world. This is Mace Jackson, the host, Mace Jackson. Doing my thing on a Monday morning. It's the first of the month. You better send your hours in. It's the first of the month. Look, you're not on the clock. It's the first of the month. Wake up, wake up, wake up. It's the first of the month. Monday. I like when the first of the month is on a Monday. Because in the days just be 1, 2, 3, 4, like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then you can this is the one, like one of these months is one of the, like I could tell you next Monday is going to be the 8th, right? And the next one going to be the 15th. See? Then I run out after the 15th. Oh, 22nd. Then the 29th, right? And I love, you know what I love about November? And I know don't take this wrong because I'm not a Thanksgiving guy, but I like it because it's like the countdown. Like after Thanksgiving, or if some people that I know like to call it Native American Genocide Day, immediately following that, it is the slippery slope to the end of the year. It's like you're on a rocket sled to the end of the year. It means that, and I leave party season. Yeah, Halloween this week. So people did their own little Halloween, your digs and shindigs. I was looking at all your... man, please. No, I ain't have no energy to go nowhere. Plus, I had the boy. But it is the Mace Jackson Show. But before I get too far into the thing, let me say what's up to my man, DJ Riis, the ruler. Mr. Business in the front, party in the back. How you feeling today, man?
I'm blessed by the best show. I ain't know the rest. How you doing today?
All right, man. Hey, Riis, I went to drop my son off. And as I was dropping him off, well, actually, my son went to drop himself off with me in the car because he's driving. Matter of fact, he's driving so well now that I actually look at my phone. And I was like, whoa, we're almost home. We're almost at your house. He was like, yeah, he got me there like, yeah. So, Riis, because I dipped out yesterday after the tailgate, I just kind of slipped on out because I had to get my boy because, he was like, Dad, I don't really want to be over there with you old guys hanging out, tailgating, reminiscing over when you guys were 20. Because you're like 50 now, so I don't really want to hear that. So I had to go take him home. But when I was dropping him off, Riis, it was like in his house, by his house. He was trying to park in the driveway, but people had parked in front of the driveway. And then it was when I clearly knew that the people from outside of the neighborhood had come to the neighborhood to trick or treat because they was disrespecting all the rules. Right, they was hopping out. They was walking on the grass. They was like, hold on. I ain't gonna even lie. I seen white folks turning their lights off. Because they send out a memo in that neighborhood, right? They be like, get your trick-or-treating done by 5 o'clock, because we know, by 7 o'clock, because we know anybody after 7, give them the small candy bars. And it made me think about you, Riis, because I know you was leaving the tailgate to go trick-or-treating. You was all in yesterday with your You was with your Chucky. You had the whole Chucky outfit on. You even had the suspenders. You don't just had a mask on, Joe. You had the suspenders. Kids was like, I don't want to go. The kids, we had to be, you got to be careful when, parents crack me up. I would never bring my child into let me not say that. But I ain't bringing my baby into a head shop for trick or treat because I'd be like, you cannot be giving the kids rolling papers. I'm sorry. You cannot give the kids rolling papers. No, they cannot have cones, even if they don't have tobacco. Shout out to everybody at TP yesterday because Big Swill and Riis was they was working at the old school candy jar over though. They was like, oh, here you go, shorty. Here you go. Take yourself, big swill. Yo, ho, ho. This ain't Christmas. What y'all doing, man? Around here, I was like, we ain't got no lights on. Kids just coming all down. I said, don't you see grown folks?
They see a light on in this chair.
They light on. It's like, hey, Joe, we hitting the mall. They was like, we are hitting the mall. You know what? You know I be wanting to make sure the shorties be straight. So I was good. And it was dope that y'all was on top of it because I really wasn't even paying attention until the last one. Yeah, I was like, what you did? Hey, y'all ever notice somebody when you be at a place and then they be like, hey, you gonna pay for that? I was like, dang, Joe, what about the kids? You gonna pay for that? All right, I got you. All right, y'all, it's the Mace Jackson Show, my man. DJ Riis, the ruler, business in the front, party in the back. Y'all check us out on Instagram on the With the Media page. You'll see me, you'll see Riis, you'll see both the party in the front and the back because he did a profile picture. Plus, Miss Ruthie Moore. Y'all, Ruthie was faking it yesterday, y'all. Did y'all see Ruthie? I was like, what happened to Colin? She had the whole get up on Riis. She had on a hoodie. She had the mittens, a scarf, the whole thing. Talk about, I'm all in for the Bears. I was like, see how they kick out? See how black women do you? Once she was on top, how'd it go? Used to be, what's old boy, the rapper from Houston? Now they all on me.
Oh, back then they ain't want me.
Now they all right. Now you want to be on the Bears. So brother quarterback. Now all of a sudden, Colin out of fashion. So they want see Ruthie all in a hoodie. She had on Bears undershirt, right? The whole and Bear socks. Crazy. All right, y'all. It's the Mace Jackson Show. It's DJ Riis the ruler, Mr. Business in the front, party in the back. Look at Todd. See, that was Todd's once. How many you think Todd will show up? He was at this once. How many times do we bet Todd will show up anymore this month?
It just started. Today is November 1st.
Oh, wait. No, okay. How many times will Todd... Let's place a bet. How many times will Todd show up this month?
We got a over under 4.
I don't know how that go. Well, you explain... Oh, yeah. Over under 4. Yeah. No, over under. It's just you got to bet out straight up.
I'm going to take 3.
I'm going to take 2 because he's going to try and see if it's a holiday bonus. Right?
I'm going to take 3.
All right, man. It is the Mace Jackson Show. Riis the ruler, Maze. We gonna be rolling solo. We got a busy week this week though. We got all type of people. You know, New Era Chicago coming in. We have we're gonna be talking about missing persons and the disappearance of black women in Chicago this week. It's gonna be a lot. It's gonna be a lot going on, man. Shout out to everybody who came out and kicked it with us yesterday. Anyway, Riis, let's get the soul plane up to 60,000 feet. Let's get this bad boy up and away. This is the Mace Jackson Show. We tailgated yesterday over at TP. Even though I realized that black folks, when it comes to code, they like, we ain't hearing it. Nope. It's like tailgates for black people has to be 70 and up. That's just what it is. People was like, I'll go inside now. But you want me to stay out here? I was like, we got the grill. Where y'all grill? You know, I be like, I went and bought a grill and everything yesterday. Put it together on the table. I was like, we got to have some smoke in the air. Shout out to Devin, man. I killed yesterday at the, I made some Scott Peterson hot polishes. Scott Peterson hot polishes with Devin's chili. Whew. I hurt the town yesterday. And I just got to tell you, I got to stay away from them slushies.
Yeah, them polishes was definitely good.
See?
And them slushies they was a little different this time. It looked like they was a little stronger this time, right?
I didn't have them the last time.
Oh.
So this time I was like,
yeah,
hey, shout out to Mario. Mario came out yesterday. Mario came out like he finally... and stayed for a little while. It was good to actually fellowship. I love when people pop up and you be like, hey, hold on. Then you be having a guest. I knew it was Mario though. Martell came out yesterday. DJ Riis the ruler. Riis, how do you get everybody in that comment? Like, I ain't gonna even trip, Joe. I ain't gonna even trip, Riis. It do be funny though when you pull up. Cause when you pull up, you be popping four people right up out there. Be beep, beep, beep. I be like, Riis the ruler. There you go. Riis ain't never. Mario, you still high? You can't. High? You're not high. You was just hanging out with the cousins. Them slushies ain't no joke, though. I ain't gonna even lie, Joe. And then, you know, I was sipping on some brown liquor yesterday. Lucky I ain't fighting none of y'all. Because y'all know when I get brown liquor in me. Like, if you see the brown liquor, make me go. Make me go. He fell asleep. You passed out, Mario? Oh, no, dog. Oh, no. Hey, y'all. It was that, man. Hey, yesterday, some people tried to roll up on me yesterday, too. Woo! It was kind of a little tight. You know what I'm saying? Like, Pops and them rolled up like they was finna gangbang. Old Devin had to put the security. They said I can't be just walking up to the cars being like, huh, what you say? So I had to chill out yesterday. But anyway, y'all, great time yesterday. Shout out to Sister Zakia who came out as well. Always shout out to Big Swill for showing all the love. We saw, Reese, I was up. Did you see your boy Ryan Rilla? In this Sigma Row outfit he was celebrating the day before with his NASA blue and gold on. That's Ryan's fit. I think that's Ryan think that's his fly suit. You know how you got an outfit where you swear you just cold? I be like, dog, you look like a bumblebee. You as black as me with all that yellow on. But you see Ryan moving around real smooth yesterday. You thought you couldn't tell Ryan nothing yesterday, boy. He was calied out. Shout out to Anthony. Hey, Rago Babo. What's up? Hey, my niece. Hey, y'all. This probably the last time y'all gonna see pictures with me and my niece. Cause she about to be taller than me, Joe. She about to be taller than me, and it's like I you know. So Reagan, Uncle Mace loves you. Don't be taking time in the tree. Oh gosh. Let me see. Let me hit something here. Riis, I was having such a good time yesterday, I didn't even realize the Bears lost. I looked up, at one point I thought they had won the game. Now Ryan came early too. He had to come lay his territory down, then he snuck off and then he had to come on back. I ain't gonna even talk. I'm gonna leave Ryan alone. Oh. All right. Riis, what about them Bears, dog? What about them Bears?
Look bad out there, man.
Whew. I thought it was at least going to be Nagy. You know, I was like hoping it was going to be like dun 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 dun. Shout out to y'all notice Auntie Neil be stunting since she got a Tesla? She tried to race me in my car. She be like, you know I beat you, right? I was actually going to say I didn't think she could, but after riding in the car, Riis, I think she could beat me off the line. She ain't gonna beat me. She ain't gonna beat me on the straightaway. Cause I'm gonna kill you there. But she gonna beat me off the from 0 to 60, she might get the Porsche, dog. She might actually get it. I was like, oh. She tried to hit the gas the other day and give me the neck whip. I was like, oh, you think you got a little get up? I got a G-force meter in my car. You better chill on out. You know, I'm going to have to put the G on them. All right, y'all. Chicago got at 5 o'clock on Friday. They released the fact that we have 5 bids. The fix is in on the casinos. I think we are setting ourselves up for Chicago's next parking meter deal. So we're going to talk about that in a little while. 12 shot at a Joliet party. Riis, I be telling y'all about the suburbs. 12 people shot at one party, 2 dead, and they were shooting from above.
So basically, some people from Chicago went out to Joliet and started some stuff. Okay,
happens all the time. When I saw 12 people shot, the first thing I thought was out west, or not actually out south, really, because that's where the real mass shootings happen. But it was in Joliet. Can you imagine being at a party and then all of a sudden, that was like what happened in Las Vegas, dog. They somebody got in the DJ booth. 2 Latinos got in a DJ booth and started spraying. That's crazy. Neighbors said, we moved out here because it was so quiet. Not anymore. But you know what you know what I did do, Riis? Don't trip. When I saw that it was Latino people, I was like, whew. I'm so glad it wasn't us. I was like, because I sure hope we ain't move out to Joliet and shoot up the woods. But when they say it's in the woods, you ain't got to worry about black people. right? Because black people ain't kicking it in the woods like that, Joe. Like, they just not. Like, because it could be too many moving things, right? Like, the most woods of black people go into is the forest preserve. They are not hanging out in the woods, and that's why I said it was all good. All right, y'all, this is the Maze Jackson Show. We're going to take a quick break, and then we're going to hit the rest of these headlines, plus the social media question of the day. Do y'all think Joe Biden could beat Trump again? I'm curious. Did you know that Donald Trump has an 86% approval rating amongst Republicans? In spite of everything all in, insurrection and all. And I was just thinking, man, I keep talking to black people, and they be like, I ain't voting for Joe Biden again. And I was just thinking, even if it was Trump, though, what y'all gonna do? We'll talk about it all when we come back. It's the Maze Jackson Show. Maze Jackson, DJ Riis the Ruler. We'll be back after these messages.
The Maze Jackson Show will be back after this break.
WIIFTV PM.
Church Chicago's power.
Yeah. Terrence TD, a.k.a. Terrence Daniels.
I wish I had one witness in the house.
You got one. You got a couple of them. Got two T's. Two T's.
Give me a testimony.
Oh, Lord. He's did it before. Oh, Lord.
I got one. Better. I got 5 reasons.
5 reasons. Oh, Lord. He turned it around.
Turn it around. He woke me up this morning.
Oh. Don't do this. Don't do this.
Go
Number
ahead.
4.
He woke me up this morning.
Come on, number 3. Come.
He woke me up.
Oh, Lord.
He woke you up.
That thing can touch you. One of them 5s will get you. What's the second one?
He woke me up.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Oh, my God.
And the number 1 reason.
Number 1. Final answer.
He woke me up this morning.
And now, traffic and weather.
Good morning. What's in it for the Black People Media family? The time is now 6:32 a.m. And I'm Riis the Ruler with your Chicagoland area sports traffic and weather update. In sports, the Chicago Bears lose 33-22 to the San Francisco's 49ers yesterday and are now 3-5. Over the traffic on the Kennedy, O'Hare to the Loop is 23 minutes. Outbound to O'Hare will be 19 on the Edens. Inbound from Deerfield to Exchange will be 29 minutes. Exchange back out to Deerfield will be 27. On the Eisenhower, Thorndale to the Loop will be 30 minutes. Back out will be the same. On the Stevenson, minutes. And Ryan. Bishop Ford from I-80 to the Dan Ryan will be 29 minutes. Also 29 minutes back out to I-80. The Dan Ryan is 15 minutes in both directions. That's to the Loop and back out to 95th. DuSable Lakeshore Drive South, 55th to Jackson, as well as Jackson back to 55th will be 7 minutes. On the north side of things, Randolph to Bryn Mawr and Bryn Mawr back to Randolph will be 8 minutes. Today's weather, it is currently 39 degrees and clear. Today will be a high of 46 with a low of 36. I'm Riis the Ruler. Now here's I Want to Be Ready. Here's on the Maze Jackson Show.
Wow, we got to be ready. Let me say what's up to WBGX 1570 AM. Tuned in with us every morning. 6:30. 6:30, the hands go up. We get the praise in the Lord. Y'all done got hot up in here. This, you know what? These vests be getting hot. Shout out to everybody from WBGX 1570 AM. Broadcasting live every Monday. Golly, it's hot in here. Woo! Ready when Jesus come. Or at least when you turn the heat up. Could we turn some air on in this mug? Woo! Because the Lord done reached down and touched us, so I got to say, Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. You know, we might have a visit from Minister Mays. Well, 1570 AM, you know, I oftentimes when we get caught up in the show, I feel like I get a political Holy Ghost. Right? And sometimes, you know, I feel like that upbringing in my life comes to touch me. Yeah, I be saying sometimes that I got a calling on my life, and I really wish God would deliver me from these black folks, but it be moments like that. I don't know what it is about church. And I don't know if it's church or if it's the praise and worship. You know, I go to church for the choir. Oh, I go to church for the choir. There is something about a good, and I don't, you know, Reese, I don't like that old hip hop. Jesus said, yeah, yeah. Come on, Jesus, in the back, huh, how? I don't like that. I like the straight, good old time, stomping in the choir. Lady with the wig got her solo. She been practicing all week. Reese, I could see her right there. I could see her doing that song, right? And you know the organist probably like, quit. Like the organist be trying to start it. She be like, got to be red. And then, you know, you just can't do it. You can't even do it. So let me tell y'all, thank you to WBGX for tuning in to us, all of us, every day. I got to say thank you to everybody who watches us on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. Hey, Reese, I think YouTube might have taken the crown as far as visibility. When I watch the YouTube channel, when I've been looking at the YouTube, I've been wondering where y'all on why is Facebook sneaking over to YouTube? Because y'all must have been getting blocked. Y'all be saying them things. Y'all be going over there. I see y'all on YouTube as well as Facebook, but you can't hide. Shout out to everybody. Let me do this. Let me get through the rest of these headlines real quick. Thank you, though. Hey, Riis, that was a very clever thing, and I think what we should do from now on is always come back like that at 6:30. Whether song Chicago got that don't get us blocked. Let's just bring that in, and I say from now on, let's bring that in after. So let's do 6:30, and then when we come back, instead of doing the remix of, and then we'll just put Rivian at the top of 7, and then we'll go back to 8 with Ness. All right? So, y'all, this is the Mace Jackson Show, programming and producing right here live on the air. Y'all just got that right there, because I'm ready. Got to be ready when Jesus comes. Yeah. You know that sometimes Riis the Lord just be touching me down deep. Not like Catholic Church touch it now. Y'all stay on. Let me. I feel like I got split personality. Sometimes the Reverend be coming. The minister be trying to sneak on out. And he be But Riis, I'm holding on. I'm holding on. Got to hold on. Let me see what else. 12 shot to Joliet party. Did you see we got a supply chain shortages for real? Like, I went to Costco the other day, and I was like, it look a little light in here. I've been going to the grocery store. Everything ain't always stocked. We might have to go to the farm and start getting I told you I want to get me a whole cow. Anybody want to go in on a whole cow with me? Well, we could split that boy up, have him cut up, and put all our stuff in the freezer, in the deep freeze. Because that's what the old folks call it. Well, you got a deep freeze? You have to put it in the freezer or in the chest. Freezer chest. Let's see. Did you see Alpo Martinez got killed? Y'all know who Alpo is? That's the dude who Cameron played in, what's that movie? I can't even think of it now. Paid in Full. Right? He got shot yesterday in Harlem as he was in his secret disguise. What do you call it? The government. He was in a witness protection program. But people can't just stay out. They can't just, it's like once you in a life like that, and you got movies and stuff, you be feeling like I'm invincible. Well, they was like, there go that nigga right there. You know how they go right. Let me go get killed them dead. Tennille mad because my mom gave me her deep freezer. She had bought one for Tennille, and I came and said, "Dag, Mom, I need a deep freeze." And Tennille, you know what my mom did? She gave me Tennille's deep freeze. She said, "Here, you take this. Tennille, you'll get another one." I was like, "Thanks, Mom." Tennille, you can come get the you can get the wine rack. You can get the wine rack though. You can get the wine cooler. I said the tailgate. Halloween. Did y'all kick it for Halloween yesterday? Halloween, is it me or does it seem like Halloween is getting bigger? Like, it seems like Halloween is turning into like a real actual holiday. Somebody said, who said it was the devil's Christmas? Who said that? Ruthie was talking yesterday, about somebody called it the devil's Christmas. That baby can't have no Christmas. Riis, is it getting bigger? Have you always been you always been one, clearly, because you just that dude. Clearly, you came out at, Riis, how old are you, 30 what?
33.
Riis came out 33, full Chucky regalia. I'm not talking about at a Halloween party. He came to the tailgate full Chucky. Did you come to the studio full Chucky too?
Yeah.
On Church Chicago?
Yeah.
Hell no.
You gotta see it. They took pictures with me and everything on the show.
See? Y'all talk about me. Y'all talk about me. All right, let me see what else I got on there. Did y'all see Jay-Z inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame? Y'all can hate if y'all want. He is the greatest. He is the GOAT. Like, as much as I don't like Obama, can you imagine when Obama deciding whether he gonna nuke somebody, whether he gonna slap somebody? He said, even when I was going on the campaign trail and I had to wipe the dirt off my shoulder, I felt like he was talking to me or something. A little bit. But Jay-Z inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame living. I felt like they had to throw LL. If I was LL, I'd have been salty. Right? Because LL, I ain't gonna even trip. Like, I feel like LL he ain't the GOAT, but LL, the pipe GOAT. right? He was the pioneer, the GOAT of the pioneers. And I feel like it kind of like, he kind of got overshadowed by Jay-Z being put in on the same time as him. Right? Because Jay-Z came with Dave Chappelle and Obama, the two biggest black people in the universe right now. And was like, by the way, what'd you say, LL? NCIS? Go ahead, right? Who the LL have? His mama? See? That's how Hov be doing people. Like, you mad, ain't you? Like, you could be mad, but you can't. As much as I hate Obama, I can't front. You had a president introduce you to the Hall of Fame. To the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. A rapper. Think about where we were 25 years ago. Unfreaking heard of. Unfreaking heard of. Shout out to the GOAT. You saw he gave Dame a shout. Hey, Dame, even though we should play that. Even though I know we don't see eye to eye. It's like, sometimes you got to part ways with people. Maybe you come back in the future. And I love how he did Biggs, too. Although, I hope he sent him a check. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I was a billionaire, I'd send my haters a check. I'd be like, because if you cash it, you say I'm the guy, right? When I'm going to send you a check. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to send all my haters a check. Yo, B! Go do it. First of all, shout out to all the mad rapper impressionists we had last night. I'm not going to name no names, but that was funny it was going down outside. It was going down outside the tailgate. There was like a whole private conversation. I didn't like scary movies either. But anyway, we'll talk about that later. All right. And did y'all watch the last episode of the Wu-Tang Saga? First of all, y'all watching Wu-Tang? Did you watch Wu-Tang, Riis? You not watch TV, do you? Riis, you gotta watch Wu-Tang.
No, I don't really have I don't really have enough time for TV. I probably won't watch TV until like December. Okay, so you should put Wu-Tang American Saga on your. I could not imagine how they could have made the Wu-Tang story so.
Yeah,
I keep hearing it's good.
And
and I know it is.
It's beyond just good. It's like, I feel like it's an American story. It's almost like an American.
Yeah, like I keep hearing.
I just couldn't believe how. I'm still mad about all the British actors in the joint. But I just gotta tell you, that Wu-Tang, woo, that's it's over. So I'm sad because now it's closed up for the season. I insecure. Did they wear any stuff yesterday? I hope Issa Rae do cancel that episode. You'll lose the money, not us. All right, it's the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Hey, Riis, give me that big voice if you don't mind. Because if you have been watching your screen, you will see that the social media question of the day has been up. And we are running a
social media question of the day.
And we are and we are running a poll right now. So if you see it pop up on your screen, give us an answer. I'm going to roll it right now. Could Joe Biden beat Trump again? Right? Poll 62% say no. 38% say yes. Riis, open up the phone lines. The social media question of the day. Riis, now give me the big voice. Boom. Ready? I'm ready. Go ahead. I'm ready. Stay ready.
It's time for the social media question of the day.
Could Joe Biden beat Trump again? Could Joe Biden beat Trump again? Now, I'm going to put a few factors in. And the reason I'm also setting this up is because I want to give a shout out to Reverend Marvin Hunter for bringing Rahm Emanuel back. Did you know that 86% of Republicans approve of Donald Trump with only 10% disapproving in spite of the insurrection, in spite of every lie, everything? 86%. Meanwhile, Joe Biden just barely eked out a victory based on what happened in inner cities around the country. They tried to split it up and give it to everybody and all of that good stuff. But the fact of the matter is, once again, Joe Biden, who was a non-factor until he came to South Carolina, teamed up with a black woman that all of black America rejected when she was against everybody, got the black vote, went on to trounce the South, run through the South, and run up to the presidential election where he won, not super convincingly, but convincingly. But Riis, I was thinking about where we sit right now. And I know y'all gonna trip on me or whatever, but I think that as much as we're talking about Latinos, we have seen that the Democrats cannot depend on the Latino vote. Right? We saw that Latinos, even with the deportations, everything, and right, Latino citizens supported Trump. We watched as the president, we are watching right now as Democrats negotiate a $450,000 per, up to $1 million per family for people that were separated at the border. Even as we watched Haitians being rounded up, 11 million votes is nothing across the whole joint. But the point being, my point being, if you think about how many black people voted for Joe Biden and we voted on the come. Now get y'all minds out the gutter. But when I say we voted on the come, we voted on the hopes that when he won, he would do right. And the two biggest things that got us fired up was George Floyd and John Lewis. Right? We have since seen nothing happen on any of those. And I guess my question is, will black people vote for Joe Biden again? Give us a call. 872-259-7474. I want to put this up because, again, I'm questioning, will black people vote for Joe Biden again? And my other question is, if we don't think that Joe Biden can win again, who becomes the Democrats' nominee to fight up against a Republican strongman? Reverend Hunter bet it early. Rahm Emanuel. Give us a call, 872-259-7474. 872-259-7474. Now, I've asked you all to vote online, and if you're on Facebook, you have the opportunity to vote. Right now, 37% of you say that Joe Biden could beat Trump again. 63% say no, he can't. What would you do? What would black people do? See, I'm trying to help y'all understand that right now, with nothing on the board, with Latinos lined up to get not even undocumented, I'm talking about undocumented Latinos lined up to get $450,000 a family. Can you imagine, Riis, if the people that moved into your neighborhood, the Latinos that moved into, you done moved away, so you ain't in the spot. But like, just think about this. Think about all of the undocumented people that are in the city of Chicago. What if each one of them families got $1 million? So if you live in Ashburn and you see all the way up to Kedzie, the Latino families move in, and imagine each one of those people that's moving into your neighborhood gets $1 million for reparations, their families. I mean, think about this. Democrats are going to ask us to vote for reparations for undocumented immigrants. Matter of fact, they're not going to ask us, they're going to pull it. No one said a word. What have black voters gotten out of this administration thus far? And if we can't get criminal justice reform out of the Democrats after people sing George Floyd lynch, but I guess I don't know why we should have expected anything else, because we've actually seen lynchings before on TV. I can't breathe. We had I Can't Breathe t-shirt already. So I feel like not the Latinos, but the white folks like, yo, they got over that I Can't Breathe stuff the first time. Why can't they get over it again? Give them a Should black people vote for Joe Biden again? Give us a call, 872-259-7474. We got anybody on the line, Reese? Let's see who's on the line. It's the Maze Jackson Show. Caller, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Turn that volume down in the background. Okay, go ahead.
I don't have any noise in the background. This is Mama D. How you feeling?
Hey, Mama D, how are you?
Hey, we keep doing it. Biden, he appointed 16 shots and a cover-up. You know how we felt about that. No John Lewis, no George Floyd. And when he touched that 10-year set-aside money for our colleges that Trump put there, oh boy, that was a biggie. But this $450,000 because you broke into the country, brought your children with you, and because they didn't have no family jail to keep your family together. After you have exposed your own children to harm's way, we're supposed to pay you for that? Oh, that adds insult to injury. And you know what I think we should do? See, our biggest problem is fear. We need to get these ex-offenders that have just been released and they've been part of the problem and give them an opportunity to be part of the solution by running against every single alderman that don't open their mouth. And when free money of 5,000 people get 500 a month for 5,000 people, I'm wondering if those if each alderman will get 100 of those people so that they can decide who the needy are. But let them run. Republicans have money. Run these ex-offenders on a Republican ticket, and then we'll be doing something different, because doing the same thing the same way and expecting a differently. This is what Elijah Muhammad did. He recruited from the jailhouses. That's what we need to do. What do you think?
I mean, I think that that's a part of it, right? I think that that's a part of it. I think I feel like we don't control the the narrative in our community. And I remember how, like, we these high-tech plans to do all these overthrows of the government. And do y'all remember talking to Juan last week? And she was completely, and I don't mean this in a disrespectful way, but she was completely lost on all of this deep stuff that we talk about. And I don't know if we just have a basic campaign where it's just black first. See, it's like too many of our people are not as informed as this audience. And so for as many times as people say, oh, they're going to vote Republican, we can get them to switch, we can do, most people ain't even tuned into what we're talking about right now. So if they pass $450,000 or $1 million for these families and our people don't know, we just sound like some mad, disgruntled, angry people. And I just feel like we got to get outside of this bubble of black awareness that we are in and get it further out to the masses. See, and I don't know that you can explain that away that quickly. A lot of people, hey, we could just put Republicans. And the problem is we keep looking to some other group to finance us, right? Or we don't create something that black people want to be included in. I'll give you a perfect example, and I mean this with the utmost respect. I believe that the Democrats and the Republicans are the same exact, right? So here's how it works. We all want to tell people go to the Republicans because we hope that the Republicans are going to finance, give us the money to run, but they're not going to make you powerful. They are really using you as an anti to the Democrats to peel people off. the Democrats do virtually the same thing. So we got a bunch of black people that have figured out that Republicans have to spend a couple $100,000. This is not directed at anybody. At every election cycle, they spend, let's say for their whole national campaign for black people, it's $1 billion. I mean, it's $1 billion that they spend on election. Let's say they spend $20 million on black stuff out of $1 billion, which is really nothing. There is a network that they never have any expectation to win because they say we'll never vote for them. But they have to do something though, so there's a whole network that is built on not converting black folks over, but built on taking advantage of that space. Again, no diss to anybody. That's a great niche to be in. The other part is that the Democrats recognize that we are so entrenched against the Republicans that anybody black that suggests Republican, even how good it was, and I tell you, I mean, we had $1 million with Ken Duncan, and they were able to brand him a sellout. And it was one of those moments when I was like, black folks are so entrenched in the Democratic Party that white people were able to walk around black neighborhoods calling a black man a sellout. And black people was rocking with it. So I don't know that the jumping to Republicans helps us either, because it just gives Democrats an easy way to activate an old narrative in our community. Look, we're going to take a quick break, and then we're going to take the rest of your calls. It's the Maze Jackson Show. Plus, we're going to talk about the Chicago casino bids. And did y'all see that they canceled Shakespeare at Jones Commercial Prep? When the cancelers get canceled. It's the Maze Jackson Show. We'll be back.
The Maze Jackson Show. We'll be back after this break.
WIIFTV-PM.
Oh, man. They done messed around and gave New Era Chicago their own radio show. What they do that for?
You done messed up! So what we doing, bro?
Man, we talk about power.
Did you say power?
Not rights and equality, but power. We ain't begging, we building.
In that order, Chicago, and we got dope segments. Hey, yo, sis, holla at them.
Peace and love, family. It's Sister E of New Era Chicago in the building, dropping the statistics, holistics, and of course the ballistics. Good for the mind, body, and the soul. Let's get it, family.
And this your boy D Cook coming with straight facts. If you don't know, now you know. And this is your other sister, Omo Oya Music, coming in peace, love, and light, getting real with my people so we can quit with the bull spit.
And this brother E, and I'm gonna wrap it up with the power surge.
Listen, this going down every Wednesday night, 5 to 6 p.m. Tell a friend to tell a friend. It's the Black Power Hour, New Era Chicago Radio on What's in It for the Black People Media.
All power to the people.
All power to the people.
All love it.
Yeah, I love being black. Hey, do this for my people.
And now, traffic and weather.
Good morning. What's in it for the Black People Media family? The time is now 7:04 a.m. and I'm Riis the Ruler with your Chicagoland area sports traffic and weather update. In sports, the Chicago Bears lose 33-22 against the San Francisco 49ers. Chicago Bears will be in Pittsburgh taking on the Steelers for Monday Night Football. The Bears are now 3-5. Over the traffic on the Kennedy O'Hare to the Loop is 36 minutes. Outbound to O'Hare will be 19 on the Edens. From Deerfield to Exchange will be 41 minutes. Exchange back out to Deerfield will be 29 on the Eisenhower. Thorndale to the Loop is 40 minutes. Back out to Thorndale will be 34. On the Stevenson from I-355 to the Dan Ryan will be 43 minutes. Outbound will be 36. The Bishop Ford from I-80 to the Dan Ryan is 37 minutes. 29 minutes back out to I-80. The Dan Ryan is 16 minutes to the Loop, 15 minutes back out to 95th. On DuSable Lakeshore Drive South from 55th to Jacksonville, as Jackson back out to 55th is 7 minutes. And it's 8 minutes north, that's Randolph to Bryn Mawr, and Bryn Mawr back out to Randolph. Today's weather, it is currently 39 and clear. Today will be a high of 46 and a low of 36. I'm Riis the Ruler. Now here's Interstellar here on The Maze Jackson Show.
Interstellar mode. Yeah, I finally got my mind right again. Yeah, now I know there's no time for pretend. Yeah, I come alive in the moonlight. See me shooting across the skies. Don't you know stars were born to fly? Yeah, I've been searching, crowding, looking for a way out. I've been hurting, falling, but I think I found my way. Now I'm on my own, far from home, lost in space, in my zone. I found these truths, far from you, in my space, in a stellar mode. Yeah, I finally got my mind right again. Did it all in spite of the hate. Every time they said that I can't. Nebulous, they run through my veins. Every molecule in the trance. Senses feeling some kind of strange. Damn, I think my name's Spider-Man. Jump out the window and swing for the dreams that just might be. Never gonna let go. No, to the man in the mirror look like me. Drifting through the cosmos, oh, far away from your lies. I realign all my goals. That's a constellation of mine. Yeah, I've been searching, crawling, looking for a way out. I've been hurting, falling, but I think I found my way. Now I'm on my own, far from home, lost in space, in my zone. I found these truths, far from you, in my space, in a stellar mode.
Back to the Maze Jackson Show. You are listening to the most dangerous show in the morning. This is What's in It for the Black People Radio. Maze Jackson. Maze Jackson, the most vociferous advocate for black people in the world.
You ain't trying to us.
Try to be can't protect us. We see the lies, not other politicians. We need money and no symbolism. It's Maze and Riis and Ruthie and Todd, explaining how we all come from God, giving us tools to beat the odds. If we united, our movement gon' stop. If they ain't trying to help us, they ain't trying to do nothing. We gotta do something. We gotta stop running. It's time to confront the problem. Really, you expect your oppressed to solve them. In the mirror, realize you great. Yeah, we always argue with our brothers, but ain't nobody gonna take our place. Just stay in tune and stay on top about who forwards, about who not. Just green light all the black economy, then watch all the shooting gon' stop. To my black people in power, just remember we put you in power. If you really wanna save all the black princesses, be Mario and not Bowser. They gave us a hard job. We gon' make it if we do it together. Divided we fall, we gotta evolve. With confidence, you are ready for you started. With no confidence in the people, we always gon' be defeated.
What's in it for me? What's in it for you? Who's telling the lie? face, who's telling the truth? Black people realize the sun shines for you. So stop the divide, see what melanin do. What's in it for the black people? Lies being heard before. Time to pay attention, you gotta do more than listen.
Wake up, Chicago! Wake up, world! This is the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Got my man DJ Riis the Ruler, and that was the full-on version. Remy still came through the joint last night like, hey, Joe. I mean, I understand y'all show Ness all the love. You know what I'm saying? He get the whole song 4 times in the show. I can't get no whole song. I gotta show my man Remy some love, right? And Young Sage. We gotta get Young Sage in here to come sing some It's the Maze Jackson Show. What's up with you? Right? I'm gonna have, see, y'all notice Riis be hooking up all the promos. Everybody else got a fly promo and all type of stuff. New Era Chicago, Green Side, everybody. Oh, no love for the man. No love. No, it's okay though. I'm gonna tell you. I ain't gonna even tell y'all. Hey, Mario. First of all, a couple things happened yesterday at the just in case y'all did not make it to the tailgate yesterday. First of all, we discovered that we figured it out officially that Devin Gordine is a Bears hater. He's really a troll, right? He's a Bears troll. So, like, you know, every time, if you pay attention to Devin, every time something bad happens to the Bears, he always got something like, come on, let's support Nagy. Shut up, man. And now, you know, I don't say shut up, so I take that back. But, hey, just so we're clear, if y'all are in the den and Devin starts talking about the Bears and he gets you all gassed up, it's really he's laughing on the inside of us. He's really a Falcons fan that moved to Chicago. And, you know, they ain't got no loyalty no way. I ain't going to, you know, if you're a I'm going to stop. You know, if you got your football from Atlanta, though, got questions, but we're going to let that be. So just so y'all know, me and Mario have officially smoked them out. That's why I still ain't even got my Bears jersey. Talk about, let me tell you how much of a troll he is. He told me he had a Bears Justin Fields jersey, so I ain't go buy one because Devin said he had one. Then when I see him every time, oh, my cousin, I can get you a Mac. Mac? I can get me a Mac jersey? He ain't good. Dog. See, I'm just telling y'all. Nah, Joe, I'm just telling y'all. He been trolling us. It's like he was infiltrating. It's okay, though. It's all right, though. It's all right. We got you, Devin. Before we went to break, I was just going to ask y'all, because I'm just telling y'all, Joe Biden is getting his butt kicked in this poll. Y'all like 70-30, Joe Biden would not get reelected, could not beat Donald Trump. Do y'all think Kamala could beat Donald Trump? Because if not, y'all, I'm just telling you, the rebirth of Rahm happened on your watch, right here from Chicago. What you think, they're going to put Pete Buttigieg? Do you understand what happens if Pete Buttigieg goes up against Donald Trump? Donald Trump is pulling every vocabulary word out that we was not able to use back in the day, and he is bringing it all back. Riis, anybody on that phone line? Because I just want to know, what do people think? Can Joe Biden beat Donald Trump? Because I sure don't think Kamala can. Give me your thoughts. It's the Maze Jackson Show. Caller, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. I will tell you, black folks will absolutely vote for Joe Biden. The fact that they voted for him and Kamala in the first place with both of their horrible records and crimes against black people tells you everything that you need to know about black people. Now, there was that brother that taught Elijah Muhammad. There was a conversation wherein he was asked, why do your people, love Satan, love the devil? And he responded, they love him because he gives them nothing. We love the Democratic Party because they give us nothing. They've never given us anything, and we will continue to vote for them. That's the deal. That's the deal. Joe Biden came in the door and told black folks no reparations. I'm not getting rid of qualified immunity. He said that if he get elected, his priority will be making laws for homosexuals. Okay? I mean, if that wasn't enough, if they would turn around and vote for him, man, there's nothing that he can't do. We get the battered woman syndrome. There's nothing the abuser can do to us besides kill us and then die himself or beat us within an inch of his life and then die himself. And then and only then will black people get unstuck off of these abusers, you know.
Man, I think there's
nothing he can't do.
It's interesting. First, so thank you for your call, because I do think that I just don't know, man. I don't know that Joe Biden has done enough or even done anything for us. I don't even think we're in a discussion. And I just think that the fact that they could even be potentially discussing these reparations is an issue. We got anybody else on that line, Riis? Give us a call, 872-259-7474. Can Joe Biden beat Donald Trump again? Caller.
Good morning, Maze.
Good morning, Sister Zakia. You made it back up. I thought when I left, you was busy getting your fish and kicking it.
He came through, and we just had a good time with some people that you invited up in there. A brother that was grieving over his wife just passing. We was able to get him up good and in a better spirit. He sat back there and cried with us, and we supported and loved on him, and it was just all good. We had a good time. Good time.
It's always a good time. And Sister Zakia, I saw you with your fresh what's in it for the black people camouflage hoodie too.
Oh, yeah. Well, look, I'm telling you, and it fits just right, too. And I just bought a new green coat, so, you know, it's going to go real nice with that, with the beautiful fur around the hood, you know?
All right. Well, I want to see you. I want to see you when you at the march. I want to see you rocking our stuff because, you know, you represent for us. Talk to me about this Joe Biden. You think he could beat, you think Joe Biden could beat Donald Trump again?
Well, I'm going to tell you, a lot of black people ain't going to vote for him like myself, and that's based on how he and his administration are ignoring the criminal justice reform bill and reparations, how he handled the Haitian crisis, and most of all, how we educated that man about Rahm Emanuel's disrespect to black people when he wanted to put him over transportation. Remember that?
I sure do.
Now, he already knows how Rahm Emanuel hates black people. And now he wants to appoint him as an ambassador to Japan? He told us he had our back, but I don't think so. Now, and here's the other thing. Look how fast we talking about our bills that's laying up there. Look how fast they passed the Asian hate bill. You see how fast they passed that bill?
You still can't get an anti-lynching law, but I see it.
That's right. That one, too. I mean, based on how he has ignored us since he has been in office, I would not. I don't know. You know, I'm thinking about not voting for some Democrats, period, across the doggone board. I'm telling you, these people are not helping us. They're not doing anything for us.
All right, Sister Zakia, you know, and when Sister Zakia talks, go ahead, finish.
Oh, Maze, look, that information that I passed out to the family, I want you all to scan that and send it to the public relations office, send it to Biden's office again, send it to wherever you think you need to send it. That's real stuff on there.
Okay.
That's part of the underground elder movement stuff that we circulate, okay?
Okay, the underground elder movement wants y'all to scan. I'm going to get that information, put it up. They want you to scan it and send it to the Japan. They want you to send it to the Japanese consulate to let them know how black folks feel around the country about having Rahm there. Thank you, Sister Zakia. Okay, let's go to the live line. Riis, I'm asking these people, who on the line want to know, can Joe Biden beat Donald Trump in a rematch?
As far as I'm concerned, I'm going to say no. I got a question for you. Is it true that Biden took away money from historically black colleges?
Yes, it is. Well, it hasn't happened yet because they ain't passed the budget, but yes, he did.
Okay, is it true that the piece has been passed yet?
It has not been passed, but they are trying to include it in this budget.
Okay, the fact that Biden is trying to do that when he knows there's so many black people in need and that have been dealt so wrong, the fact that he's doing that, that's all the reason I need not to vote for him again. And I thought he was going to be something good. I'd rather have Trump back in there.
What?
Straight up.
Wait, no.
Yeah.
Wait, they tried to take over the government. They tried to, man, there was a government over. I watched the was in the Capitol. These people was really trying to take over. Like, I thought we was going to see some people hanging in the joint. Are y'all ready for Trump again? Because I'm just telling you, y'all got to watch.
If there's nobody else.
Rahm Emanuel.
If there's nobody else looking out for black interests, the way it looks now, Trump came closer to it than Biden right now. So, and I know Trump is no good, but at this point, just on those two issues, if that's how Biden feels, then yeah, he won't get my vote again. Hopefully.
Okay. Hey, Salim, what's not true? I don't think that has passed, but tell us. I want to make sure we tell them the correct. So if you put it in the comments, Salim, I'm looking for you. I hope I didn't tell them that there was something that was true. No, it has not passed. That they are going to get it, but they are trying to pass it in this budget. All right. Yeah, man. Should black people vote for Trump? Trump for Biden again? And here's the thing. I don't know that. Let me ask a question. If you had to vote for Trump or Rahm Emanuel, who would you pick? Right? Because I feel like Beulah says she don't want to name the elephant in the room, which is age, and I do think Joe Biden got the old man walk too. You know how old people walk? He be trying to put the Barack old man. He be trying to get the Barack, but he got the old man. So help me understand. Can we really afford to have Donald Trump back in office? Don't y'all think the country could descend into fascism if we got Donald Trump again? Because he would have the House, the Senate. Yeah, you could just not vote, Mario. Before you don't vote on Trump, can we vote Devin out of the Bears family? Can I put a motion on the floor as the chairman? I don't know if I'm allowed to do that. Riis, anybody else on that live line? Y'all, let me ask you, will you vote for would Donald Trump, can Joe Biden beat Donald Trump again? It's the Maze Jackson Show. Caller, are you there?
Good morning.
Good
morning.
morning.
This is Renee.
This who?
Hey, okay, so first, I'm sorry I missed y'all thing yesterday, but it was cold. It's November, and I hope y'all had fun.
That's a tailgate. Y'all see that? You know what, Riis? That's what I said in the beginning.
Okay.
Black folks only tailgate in the summertime, so y'all miss out at the fun when it's in the cold though. You supposed to be out in the cold.
We have melanin season. That's not powerful.
Okay.
Joe Biden. Okay, we don't even have to worry about 2024, and this is what people need to really sit down and think about. This thing is happening already. I learned that the House of Representatives, the Speaker of the House, it is not an elected position. So that means in 2022, after Georgia and Arizona and the other states get to pick their electors, then you have a Republican majority in the House of Representatives. The Republican majority is going to vote for Donald Trump to be the next Speaker of the House. And that means starting January 2023, I don't know what's going down, but it's all going down because Donald Trump is going to tell the Republicans, make me the next Speaker. They're going to make him the next Speaker. They're probably going to also have...
Hold on, let me stop you. The Speaker of the House is not an elected position to the public. It is an elected. To become the Speaker of the House, you have to be elected to Congress. So you have to be elected. As
Are you sure?
I'm 100% sure.
Are you sure?
100% sure.
Okay. Well, then I'm gonna do my research. I'm gonna learn. I'm gonna breathe better. But no, Donald. Biden can't beat her.
Let me back you up. Let me stop you real quick. So what can happen though, and what people are not thinking about is if the Democrats lose the House and don't win the Senate, or actually if they lose the House in this next election, then the Republicans, no matter what happens, more than likely will not certify the presidential results unless Donald Trump wins. So we're in a very precarious position right now. But the Speaker of the House is elected is a member of the House of Representatives and is by. Go ahead.
Say this. Speakers of the House, Florida has a Republican governor. They can make any Republican speaker step down, put Trump, whatever Republican speaker lives in Doral, put Trump in that space, and then he's a member of the House of Representatives, and then he gets to be the speaker. So that's politics and machination.
Now that could happen, but it would be difficult. I see what you're saying, and I'm gonna say there's a lot of different scenarios that could play out. I don't know that they put him in the House to make him the Speaker of the House because they still don't have the votes in the House to do it. So let's go to the next caller. But thank you, caller. I appreciate you. And y'all know we had an outside inside. So when we tailgate, you can come outside for a little while, and then you can go inside. All right, caller, it's the Maze Jackson Show.
Good morning. Good morning, Maze.
Byron. All right, here you go. What you gonna tell me, man? Tell me,
Trump all the way. What? Trump all the way. See, black folks don't like freedom. They like criminals, but they don't like freedom. I love freedom. And I'm telling you, if you give your vote, 95% of your vote, to the Democratic Party, and don't give any vote to the Republican Party, what do you expect from the Republican Party? Man, come on now. Let's look at it. See, the Hispanics play both sides. They give votes to the Democratic Party, they give votes to the Republican Party. They're trying to get ahead. All we need to do is try to do the same thing. We shouldn't be following them. But we're so far behind, we know we got to play catch up. We got to leverage our vote on both sides. But you cannot give somebody 5% and expect 95% results. Agree or not agree, Maze? First of all, agree or not agree?
Don't be trying to get me in your fight. I agree.
Oh, sorry. Okay, you're right. I won't do that.
I agree, though.
Okay.
But go ahead.
Right. But so what I'm saying is, and by the way, if the preachers have a march downtown in front of Lloyd Lafford Littlefoot office, and few of them break into the stores next door, is it because of the preachers have them break into the stores next door, or is it because of those idiots that broke into the stores next door? Another thing about the Capitol, the insurrection, all those people who are in charge are charged with trespassing. Nobody had a gun to shoot nobody. Nobody had a weapon, no knife or anything. They were all charged with trespassing, and none of them got bail. None of those people got bail. They're all being waiting the charges to be heard by a judge. Now, what kind of nonsense is that? See, people get caught up in all the stupidity. It's just stupidity, this insurrection nonsense, taking over the Capitol. If nobody want to take over on damn Capitol with no weapons, no guns, no knives, no force, no hammers, or nothing. They're just walking there. There's always some idiots.
No, Byron, I can't agree with you on that. You got to watch 4 hours. You got to watch 4 hours in the Capitol. Hey, bro. When I watched that 4 hours in the Capitol,
you're not seeing all the tapes. You're not seeing all the tapes.
No. Hold on.
Go ahead.
This one I can't roll with you on. I think that when we saw the footage that we saw outside, it did not allow us to see what was going on inside. Bro, you need to watch that HBO special, 4 hours inside the Capitol. No, watch it. Watch it from the guys who were actually traveling with the people in the packs. And then when you add it to all the stuff that was happening where they were planning to actually... Hey, Joe, that was some crazy stuff that was going on.
Look at the charges, Maze. Look at the charges that people have been charged with. I want you to do that. Look at the charges that people were charged with.
That's because they know. Here's what they know, Byron. They know if they go too hard on them people, the rest of them people going to activate. And I think the biggest thing that is happening...
Activate what? Activate what? White supremacists is about 2,000 white supremacists in the whole nation of 350 million. Are you worried about those guys? Why are you worried about those guys?
Byron.
Yeah.
Hold on, Byron.
Yeah.
You really need to watch 4 hours inside of the Capitol. There was way more than 2,000 people. Like, there was more people.
No.
There were more than 2,000 white supremacists. There were more people.
How you know they're white supremacists? How you know they're white supremacists, Maze?
Okay, you're right.
They're just white folks. White folks.
Mostly white folks are white supremacists. They just not practicing.
No, Maze.
They be like, okay,
you have white
do
friends.
Do you like friends? Type of friends. I'm gonna tell you like this. If there was a war and there was a white soldiers and they was coming, my white friends gonna be like, we will. Hey, Maze, we gonna write you letters. If they start rolling us up on trains, let me just I'll be clear. It's only 6 white people that's the Underground Railroad. It wasn't like everybody's like, oh, we gotta stop racism. No, I am 100% clear.
But stop being scared, Maze. Stop being scared.
If they start around white folks, I'll be like, hey, man, I'm gonna fight from you on the other side. I'm not going. It's the Maze Jackson Show. Riis, let's take a quick break and then we're going to come back. Do we got any more callers on this subject? All right, then we're going to move on because I want to talk about this casino deal, what's happening. Shout out to my man Milton, who was out there yesterday, too. Hey, man. Hey, Byron, you tripping, man. You say it's only 2,000 white supremacists? Shoot, there's 2,000 white supremacists around in this neighborhood. They just live in the high-rises. It's the y'all really think some white folks, like if they started rounding up black folks out of Chicago, how many white folks do you think is really, with all the violence and everything going on, you think white folks will be like, stop the train. We cannot let this happen. They'll be like, we'll write y'all. It's the Maze Jackson Show. We'll be back.
The Maze Jackson Show will be back after this break.
WIIFTP.
Build up attic.
Is this your man?
And Cassiopeia.
And we need you to like,
comment,
and share. We need you to do it right now and join us at our new day and time, Wednesdays
from 1 to 3 p.m.
on What's in It for the Black People Media.
Shop at Black-owned and operated Solo Beauty, where you are appreciated and respected. Located at 8158 South Cottage Grove, Solo Beauty can supply all of your black hair care needs. Solo Beauty is open from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m., Tuesday through Saturday.
And now, traffic and weather.
Good morning. What's in it for the Black People Media family? The time is now 7:33 a.m. and I'm Riis the Ruler with your Chicagoland area sports, traffic, and weather update. In sports, the Chicago Bears will lose 33-22 to the San Francisco 49ers. Bears play the Pittsburgh Steelers next week, Monday on Monday Night Football. The Bears are now 3-5. Over the traffic on the Kennedy O'Hare to the Loop will be 45 minutes. Outbound to O'Hare will be 22 on the Edens. Deerfield to Exchange will be 56 minutes. Exchange back out to Deerfield will be 29 on the Eisenhower. Thorndale to the Loop, 41 minutes. Back out to Thorndale, just 39 on the Stevenson. From I-355 to the Dan Ryan will be 47 minutes. Outbound will be 31. The Bishop Ford from I-80 to the Dan Ryan will be 36 minutes. 31 minutes back out to I-80. The Dan Ryan is 19 minutes to the Loop, 15 minutes back out to 95th. On DuSable Lakeshore Drive South, 55th to Jackson is 8 minutes. Jackson back up to 55th will be 15. On the north side of things, Randolph to Bryn Mawr, 8 minutes. Bryn Mawr back out to Randolph. And today will be a high of 46 with a low of 36. I'm Riis the Ruler. Now here's Valerie here on the Maze Jackson Show.
I know y'all can hear me. I know I disconnected this for a second. So we know hot mic.
What you doing? And in my head I paint a picture. Since I've come home, well my body's been a mess. And I miss your ginger hair and the way you like to dress. Won't you come on over? Stop making a fool out of me. Why don't you come on over, baby? you have to go to jail? Put your house on up for sale. Did you get a good lawyer? I hope you didn't catch a tan. I hope you find the right man who'll fix it for you. And are you shopping anywhere? Change the color of your hair. Are you busy? And did you have to pay that fine that you've been dodging all the time? Are you still dizzy? Since I've come home, well, my body's been a mess. And I miss your ginger hair and the way you like to dress. Won't you come on over? Oh, stop making a fool out of me. Why don't you come on over Well, sometimes I go out by myself and I look across the water and I think of all the things what you're doing. In my head I paint a picture. Since I've come home, well, my body's been a mess and I miss your ginger hair and the way you like to dress. Won't you come on over? Stop making a fool out of me. Why don't you come on over there?
It's the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Got my man, DJ Riis the Ruler, on the ones and twos. Hey, man, I be feeling that Valerie. My favorite part is that Valerie. You know, and he go the long. Y'all should hear me. I be rocking. These mics don't do me justice. Riis be changing my voice up, and y'all know he be putting like extra treble in my joint. You be tripping, Riis. I need my joint to be like, hello.
I'm trying to turn the scenario in your headphones.
It's the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. I think we might have got the sound. I think it stopped clicking. We got to figure that whole thing out. Y'all let me know if y'all still hear it when it's going on. But this is the Maze Jackson Show. Riis, I spent a little bit longer than I anticipated on the Joe Biden joint. But Riis, let me ask you a question.
I can't vote for Biden. I didn't vote for him last time, though.
What? Riis? Really?
Yeah, I voted Trump both times.
Riis, why?
When you look at it, like you got to really look at the two evils. Like,
I mean, but what if he turns into? Martha Reed said that if we vote for Trump, if we elect Trump this time, we voting for dictator for life.
No, I don't know.
Yeah, I just don't think you could see the country going down. I think you just too confident. Y'all gotta watch The Rise of the Nazis. I promise you, if you watch The Rise of the Nazis, you're gonna start thinking twice about all of this. And you know, I feel like Joe Biden done played us. But boy, oh boy, that Rise of the Nazis.
That'd be the hard thing, man. It's like, you know, like how Byron said, we just keep hoping that a Democrat gonna come and save us. We just keep voting Democrat. You know, people come on there, you ain't black if you don't vote Democrat. You know, they got slogans for us almost, and you know, we still hearing it. Like you was trying to say, we got no insult level. We got none. And boom, they do nothing for us every time.
Let me read what Salim said. He said, Maze, this current HBCU control is congressional production. Biden's bill proposed much more, but in the current negotiations, Remansion and Cinema, the numbers were dramatically reduced. Again, my point is, why are we negotiating on us? Like, so when Joe Biden, there should be uncuttable things, Salim. And I think, like, there should be things that he could say, I'm not compromising on, right? And the first thing to always, so you're telling me that, and this is just, bear with me, that in this congressional debate, the whole thing is they need Joe Biden to get in and give a push. He knows the things that white folks aren't going to fight, that he can get over with Manchin and Sinema, so they say make the Negroes wait again. That's my challenge. Like, my challenge is, when do we become uncompromisable? I don't think that, and it's how we kind of compartmentalize. You cannot separate the HBCU negotiations from being the same budget that would be approved that would have reparations for undocumented immigrants. So if I'm Joe Biden and we got to get rid of reparations for undocumented immigrants, or if it's a number, right? It's either a money issue or it's a race issue, right? So if it's a money issue, then let's cancel out the $450,000 or for each of the undocumented immigrants and put that back in. If it's money, then let's cut their budget and make sure that goes to whatever the black program is. But you cannot tell me that if the president of the United States is cutting this thing from $3.9 trillion to $1.5 million, that he ain't got no priorities in that bad boy. Right? And so my point is, we're always on the chopping block. Like, when it's time to cut, right? When it's time to take a whack, they be like, do y'all understand the irony of us talking about reparations for undocumented immigrants and they're cutting black colleges? Like, that shouldn't even be. If they're cutting HBCU funding, we should not be talking about anybody out of the country at all. Period. And I think what we like to do is try to play like they ain't all talk. Chuck and Nancy, remember during the Trump administration when Chuck and Nancy would be sitting on the president's couch? Because they knew what the priorities was. And I just think that we give everybody a pass and we blame it on Joe Manchin and Sinema. But I'm saying, where do black people fit in the Manchin Sinema when they saying we cutting? And you know, Salim, I defer to you. And I understand that but when does Joe Biden say, no, we can't cut them? I'm not here if it ain't for the black folks. If we wasn't taking your booty to the polls, souls to the polls, all of that, Joe Biden has to step in and say, you know when they say a budget is a moral document? Right? It shows your values. You trying to tell me that with Chuck and Nancy and on $3.9 billion, they can't give $1 billion to black colleges? Not that that's, so respect, my brother. I do realize that the Senate got the cut, but the president gets to say what he want in there that he ain't compromising on. And the compromise is always on black folks because, as I told Riis, we don't have an insole level. We don't. And I think that there's two things that I wonder. One, that we better pray that the black folks don't wake up and just do the math. Because here's the thing. I completely see how like watching Rise of the Nazis, I could completely understand the fear of Trump. I really do. I really do. And the only hope to me for Democrats is that black people do not wake up and do the math and say, damn, we didn't get nothing. And they've been teetering on this precarious position, but I think y'all need to pay attention because Riis and them are younger. And they not doing the same math we was doing. They ain't talking about the lesser of two evils. They done seen evil in their minds. I'm telling you. I was talking to my daughter and she was like, hey man, I like Trump. She was like, all these other people be like, he say crazy stuff.
He say what, like he speak his mind, you know, that's the reason why I like it's bad. Like he definitely like destruction, but like sometimes, I don't know. Like,
I'm just saying it's a big risk, and I feel like, here's what I feel like. I feel like the Democrats have played boogeyman politics with people so long that nobody is scared, and now the real boogeyman is here. Right? Like the real one. Like the one who could really pull it. You laughing. And I feel like they always get us with this could be the worst president. Like now Mitt Romney imagine the difference between Mitt Romney and Donald Trump. And they told us if Mitt Romney came, the world would come to an end. Trump sent them dudes in the building, Joe. You got to watch that joint. Like, I promise you, I really did not realize Doug, if that black dude don't be like, hey, over here, and them people turn right, hey, Joe, they cooking people. You seeing people hanging. And I think that Democrats, and I think it's a trickle up effect. I think every time that we get played locally by local Democrats, it adds to the pile, right? And I think for all of the civics lessons and everything, Beulah and as they continue to, so let's just take the call where they said Trump could be, he don't got to be elected, right? Think about how much misinformation is being put into an uninformed voting populace. Think about all the white people that think that same thing. Think about all the white people that have no idea about democracy. They just know what they haven't been taught. It's the Maze Jackson Show. We got callers. It's the Maze Jackson Show. Caller, you on the line.
Good morning, Mr. Jackson
Good
and
morning.
Riis the Ruler. How are you all doing today?
Great. Who this?
My name is Diane.
Hey, Diane.
Diane. Riis, Maze, I listen to your show all the time. I listen to WVON. I like P-Ray. I'm just wondering, we as black people, we always want somebody else to do something for us. We vote them into office and they still don't do anything. So I just want somebody to answer, what are we going to do to make this situation? What's in it for the black people? When are we going to be in it for ourselves? If somebody can answer that, I can rest in peace. That's all I have to say.
Oh, well, thank you. Well, thank you for your call. So I think that Solutions Mike has a really good premise, right? Which is to form a black political. So here's how, if it was me, if I had my druthers, I would form a black political party in which all the black people agreed to vote. We decide as a group whether we're going to support the Democrats or the Republicans. We're not Democrats or Republicans. We are a separate group that they have to come and politic for. And every 4 years, they have to come to our group and we decide whether we're going to go Democrat or Republican. And they spend their time, both of them, throwing stuff at the wall, saying we'll do this for you, this for you, this for you. And in 4 years, we still have no loyalty. We still remain the black party. Now, I agree with that premise. I don't know that we have the combination of political sophistication and unity to pull it. Right? So when I talk about political, I don't, how do I put this? I feel like that's what happens in Canada. So let me back up. That's how it works in Canada. There's a two-party system in Canada, and usually the French Canadians who hate both parties are the final decision makers. We control 13% of the vote. You move 13% of the vote to either side. If you pull 13% of the vote away from Democrats, they never win again. Ever. If the black folks pull out of the Democratic Party and say, we just not voting Democrat, but the problem is you're alternate. Because you're never going to fit into the Republican Party. So when you heard me talk to the sister earlier, right? The challenge that we have is that we are usually, the black people aren't pulling, that are opposed to the Democrats, aren't pulling people to a black organization. They're trying to convince them to be Republicans. Which, if you've ever been to a Republican Party meeting, cuz I went, and I ain't been to no white stuff like that in my life. To the point where I was like, do y'all see we're sitting here? And so it's very difficult for you to tell me that we can go be Republicans, because that's idealistic. You got to sit in a meeting and listen to people talk, and you be like, all right, yeah, they really truly believe a lot of the stuff that they talking about. Now, I'm cool with you being that, but I can't be wearing that flag. So I do think that we need to form our own party block that does, unfortunately, we're always trumped by white folks with more money, more TV, more resources. And that's why you see the 2020 telethon. 2021 with the telethon. It's like we really want to put up messaging to start reminding black folks. Can you imagine if you're an elected official, you pull up to Christ Church or whatever it is, and outside across the street, the billboards say, before you walk in here, what's in it for the black people? You, Mr. Governor, 3.5, the cannabis industry is $1 billion. What's in it for the black people? So that everybody walking into the church, even if they passed it and already took the bag, is still thinking about this politician standing in their neighborhood. When these think about this. Think about rolling through the Southland and the congressperson that is in front of you, or in the black neighborhoods, the congresspeople that are campaigning in front of you right now are going to vote for undocumented immigrants to get $1 million per family. Just think about that. And nobody will say a word. I'll be the jerk. Because we'll all be happy that we took the picture. Like, our own congressmen are literally considering voting to give undocumented immigrants reparations. Like, could they shouldn't even say reparations. You know what I'm saying? Like, I almost feel like using the word reparations in context is like F y'all. Like, straight up. Riis, imagine I want every black person in Inglewood that has now seen an undocumented immigrant take over a house in your neighborhood. Imagine they get $1 million head start on you. In your neighborhood. So for all of the think about them getting $1 million head start, and your houses in Chatham just went to $300,000. They can go buy a house from your neighbor. They can buy the rest of your black middle class and not even be. Think about this, y'all. Think about in the city of Chicago. We voted to remove citizen. We voted to remove citizen from our Constitution. Not our Constitution, but from what we do. I don't know how this works. I feel like we have been punked and played, and I gotta say this to our local elected officials, right? You contribute to that locally when we don't see the benefit of being black. Or fighting. Like, I don't know. If we get the seriousness of this. And I feel like we are. Riis, can I tell you that I was singing, it's the first of the month, but I truly believe we're at the crossroads. I think that within the next 2 to 4 years, starting with the midterms, we are going to find out if America, I think in the next 2 to 4 years, whether America will remain a democracy or a republic. I'm going to tell you that if Trump gets back in again, y'all really think he gonna let you even get close to getting put out? Like, it ain't going to be no election. I don't try to be the boogeyman. I'm not trying to be the boogeyman at all. I promise you. Because I've been sick of the boogeyman argument forever. But I feel like we have gotten to a teetering point. Think about this, black folks. You're going to decide it too. The white folks have already picked their side, and they've already put the Negroes in place as their built-in 13%. And when you say, do we control 13% of the vote, I don't know that we control, we're 13% of the population. But if you got 100%, if you pitch a 98 in the black vote where everybody else is 50-50, we make the decision. If you can take a whole 10%, remember, most elections come down to 3 to 5 points, no matter who it is. Anything bigger than 5 or 7 is considered a landslide at this point. The country is divided in half. Really? So you think about 11 million votes being the difference out of how many millions cast, that's really less than a point. Now imagine you pick 195% of black folks vote Democrat. So Democrats have absolutely no motivation to help you. Now, I guess my question is, when do the Riises of the world become the voting population? Riis, you vote every election?
Every one.
What did you think about? Did you vote for Obama?
Yeah,
both times.
Both times.
How do you feel like Obama did for us?
I feel like he was all right. You know, I feel like in between the two choices that I always look at the two choices that I got. So I picked the whichever one is the less evil. So I feel like that he actually.
So wait, between Biden and Trump, you're saying that Biden's the less evil? I mean, Trump's the less evil?
I can see. I feel like Biden was like Democrats to me sometimes be. Once I hear anything shaky, like once you start saying things shaky, you know, like if I don't do this, you know, and then I look at your back, and then all of a sudden you said racist stuff back in the day, and now you're not racist no more. You know, Trump racist then, racist now. You know what I'm saying? I think consistency. You know, I know what I'm gonna expect out of Trump. You know, I know I'm.
You expect what? But they telling us, what if he pull up the train cars?
He's not going
to take us to the gas. But what if? So let me ask a question. But see, my thing is who is he pulling the cars up for? Right? Like, I mean, if Trump was saying, I don't know, man. I don't know.
The last of the two evils for me.
Are you saying Trump is Trump or Kamala?
Who?
Trump or Kamala?
Who's the other person? Is Trump and who else?
Kamala.
But who is who? Who is that person?
That's your vice president. That's your.
Okay.
That's your.
Nah, I'm okay. I'm definitely gonna pick Trump.
Really?
I'm picking Trump, man. I'm picking it.
Over a black woman?
See, that's what we keep going to. And then what? And then we keep going, and we be like, then you be on your show, and then you be talking about we got Kamala in here, and she doing that, and she ain't doing what she done for the black people. And then we be right back. But
this is my point. Like, so should we be asking what's in it for the black people anymore? Because it's like, I feel like well, let me back up. Y'all better make sure y'all support. Hey, look, we're going to call Mark Brown. Yep, we're going to talk to Mark Brown about the City of Chicago Award Remap. Riis, I'm going to give you a phone number to call. We're going to call him, and we're going to continue this conversation. It's the Maze Jackson Show. Look, y'all, we've been doing good. We got Mark Brown from the Sun-Times coming on right after this break. We'll be back.
The Maze Jackson Show will be back after this break.
WIIFTVPN.
Broken screen? Crash system? Are you in need of spyware or virus removal from your computer? Well, contact RPC Computer Repair in South Shore and let us help you with all your computer repair services and print needs. Need office or print production services, copies, scans, fax, or even notary service? Then stop by and support RPC Computer Repair and Print Shop located 1741 East 71st Street in the 71st Street corridor, newly revitalized South Shore areas, and let RPC be your one-stop shop, where we believe RPC is your PC. RPC Computer Repair is also a UPS access point where you can drop off and pick up your important packages. So let RPC be of service to you. Call RPC Computer Monday through Saturday Saturday, 8 a.m. through 6 p.m. at 773-966-4457. That's 773-966-4457. Visit RPC at rpccomputeringinc.com for more information.
And now, traffic and weather.
Good morning. What's in it for the Black People Media family? The time is now 8 o'clock on the dot, and I'm Riis the Ruler with your Chicagoland area sports, traffic, and weather update. In sports, the Chicago Bears will lose to the San Francisco 49ers 33-22 and are now 3-5. Pittsburgh Steelers will be up next on Monday Night Football. Over the traffic. On the Kennedy, O'Hare to the Loop, 51 degrees. Outbound to O'Hare, just 25. On the Eaton's Deerfield to Exchange, 56. Exchange back out to Deerfield will be 33. On the Eisenhower, Thorndale to the Loop, 47 minutes. Back out to Thorndale, 37 minutes. On the Stevenson from I-355 to the Dan Ryan will be 56 minutes. Outbound will be 37. The Bishop Ford from I-80 to the Dan Ryan will be 36 minutes, 34 minutes back out to I-80. The Dan Ryan is 20 minutes to the Loop, 15 minutes back out to 95th. On DuSable Lakeshore Drive South, 55th to Jackson is 8 minutes. Jackson back out to 55th will be 15. On the north side of things, Randolph to Bryn Mawr will be 8 minutes, and Bryn Mawr back out to Randolph is 9. Today's weather is currently 38 and sunny. Today will be a high of 36 with a low of today high will be a high of 46 with a low of 36. I'm Riis the Ruler. Now here's Loch Ness with terrorism here on the Mays Jackson Show.
Today, the Biden administration is releasing what it calls a new strategy to fight domestic terrorism. Following a 100-day review, federal officials are now laying out a new plan hoping to deter, detect, and prosecute domestic terror.
They went to the Capitol waving their flags and looking for smoke. He was out there looking for justice. They was over there looking for votes. Ashley Babbitt was with him and told all the people that nothing could stop us. She climbed through the Capitol window, breached security, and called a shot, bro. The media say she a veteran. They paint the picture to make her look greater, but she disrespected the same country that she served. That makes her a traitor. They was fighting police, resisting arrest. On God, I couldn't believe it. I guess blue lives only tend to really matter when it's convenient. Hey, these are the times we witness in history, all because they didn't get a victory. United States is so contradictory. We get equal rights, that's a mystery. Politicians, they more like magicians. You know they got tricks up their sleeve. We point out the flaws that's up in this country. You know they gonna tell us to leave. Somebody try to help me understand it. Always seems like a double standard. They be out here leaving us empty-handed to certain rights we are not granted. The media's the culprit when it comes to the comparison. Cause when it comes to race, they always changing up the narratives. Terrorism. They say you a patriot, call you a hero. I call it terrorism. And that's on the real. You know and we know, I say it's terrorism. They say you a patriot, call you a hero. I call it terrorism. And that's on the real. You know and we know, I say it's terrorism. They say you a patriot, call you a hero. I call it terrorism.
Back to the Mays Jackson Show. You are listening to the most dangerous show in the morning. This is What's in It for the Black People Radio. Mays Jackson. Mays Jackson, the most vociferous advocate for black people in the world.
For Ruthie Moore, for Todd Stoger, I am the host of the Mays Jackson Show, asking every single day, what's in it for the black people? And if you don't like it, you can still tell them Mays said, Mayor Lightfoot, man, we ain't accepting that. We ain't accepting that. Let's go. Yeah. Let's get down to business and go ahead and address the facts, man. Lightfoot seems more lesbian than black. Rahm Emanuel's another case. He was just as tired. 50 closed schools left much to be desired. Police had Anjanette naked on that body cam. They suppressed the footage so it couldn't touch a lot of hands. Reminds me of that 16 shots in that cover-up. Both of them similar, so I went and dug it up. George Floyd killed, a lot of riots happening in town. Southside burned and they wouldn't let them bridges down. Grandmother sick, need a prescription and plus a couple groceries. You gon' have to travel just to get it now. COVID-19 out here shutting all the business down. Not enough SBA loans to even give around. So many failed businesses that you can put them in the pile. If you don't survive the pandemic, it's gonna sit you down. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose.
Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. Shout out to Willie Wilson, hope one day you get to send it. We need some different players in the game to handle business. Too many shady characters like Madigan and Blotto. But when you really break it down, it's typical Chicago. City full of gangsters, it's what the land was built on. Same streets with hood legends, DNA get spilled on. Carjackers out here lurking, trying to get they steal on. Looking for a block to put them Hellcat wheels on. Let us give bogus appraisals a red line. Car crackers out here getting minimal fair time. And up the seal carry, I stay with the pipe. But Illinois gun laws giving minimal rights. Stay up on the swivel, make sure I'm moving tight. Check all of my mirrors when I pull up to the light. Pick my homie up from out of town, man, he caught a flight. He was hella nervous, told him, shorty, this is a way of life. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks.
Wake up, Chicago! Wake up, world. This is the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Got my man, DJ Riis, the ruler. I'm sorry I cut off our conversation so abruptly just a few minutes ago, but I reached out to a guest early this morning, probably earlier than I'm supposed to. I don't know what the protocol is when you do a morning show. But I got to tell you, when I saw that he had responded yes, I was pretty excited to get him on to talk about the remap process and just what's going on. Ladies and gentlemen, on the live line, we have with us columnist, content curator, I would say, he's like a grumpy old bear, but I really enjoy his opinion and have always enjoyed reading him. I got to tell you, probably one of the very first people to give me some political credibility in the media and in the press space. And so since then, I always check him out, and I'm always curious to get his opinion. Haven't had him on here at With the Media. Last time we talked to him was over at the other place, but I'm always happy to talk to him. Looking forward to this conversation. Family, welcome to the What's in It for the Black People Media Network. Suntime columnist Mark Brown. Mark, what's up, man? How you feeling today?
I guess I'm just a grumpy old bear. I just woke up.
Wait, you sleep this late? Mark, you must have really started to enjoy this seniorness that you have seemed to embrace so greatly.
Yeah, well, I'm sort of semi-retired at this point, so yeah, I am sleeping in a little more.
All right, well, Mark, let me tell you. So I got to tell you, as you are semi-retired, the game has changed quite a bit since you and I first met. I remember being working in the 18th Ward on a campaign and getting connected with you, but I was like, Mark Brown knows my name, because I used to read your column all the time. And Mark, you've always been pretty insightful as it relates to Chicago politics and really some of the dynamics that are going on. And right now, I just picked up your article on the Remap, and you know what? I've been talking about it, but I thought it would be great to get your insight. Right now, the city of Chicago is going through the once every 10-year process of the Remap. But Mark, for some reason, this process seems a little less, it seems a lot different than what I've been used to in the past 10 years. I remember 10 years ago, the big fight about the Latino population was bubbling, and they figured out a compromise to work through it. But now it seems like the Latinos are on the rise, and they are looking to put their stamp down. They've submitted a map. We've got some factions, and I just would love for you to just tell us kind of where we are in this Remap situation from your standpoint.
Where we are? Well, I'm not sure where we're going to end up. I think we're, at kind of a standoff right now. And, as you say, it's different this time. And, one of the things that's different is there's not an old guy like Dick Mell to figure out what the compromise is and impose it. Like even 10 years ago, we still had Ram on the scene, and he could. And I mean, what people say is that he called in Danny Solis and told him, "Well, this is the deal you're going to need to take," and then that's the deal they took. Lightfoot has kept her hands off of it so far, and let's face it, even if she got in there, who's going to listen to her? I don't know that anybody's going to listen to her. I mean, a few of them, but she couldn't call. The shots on this. It'd only mess her up. So, how we get out of this problem where the African American community has lost population, and avoid that, resulting in some sort of loss in representation. But I assume you're on the air opposing. I understand.
So, Mark, this is so it's a couple things, and I think you hit on something that I wanted to talk about first. And I guess the craziest part of this whole thing is who's really driving the car right now. I think for all of my political life, the two names you mentioned, particularly Dick Mill, being the leader, and then Ram kind of serving as an enforcer, recognizing that his bread was buttered really on the Black Caucus side, really probably in my estimation teamed up the last time to get through this. This is the first time the white guys, though, don't seem to be in charge. But it seems like to me, when the white guys aren't in charge, how is it that the Latinos seem to be now driving the bus? Or is that theater?
Oh, do you think they are driving it? I don't know who's driving it. I think they're driving their bus, and Jason Irvin and Harris seem to be driving the other bus. Or maybe Jason's driving one bus and Harris has got her own bus. I'm not sure. And let's face it, the white guys are always scheming in the background here, and for some reason, they're trying to come up with a situation where they don't lose anything. I think all of them are just like, we'll try and drive them. They're driving their own little cars. Like if you think the bus is a coalition, the white guys are like, they're just trying to protect their car out there. Like the 19th ward, right? That, is anybody going to mess with the 19th ward? I don't really think so. Although you could make an argument.
Go ahead. I was suggesting I suggested that we put Mount Greenwood in the 21st ward.
Well, that's this People's Map, which was sort of an independent group that they were going to do their own redistricting. That's what they suggested, and that would mess up that'd mess up somebody's plan down there. I don't think that's going to fly, but and Irvin said that's not what he's going to propose, but I assume that somehow what's going to, to fill out these wards, I mean, you're going to need numbers, and one way to do it is to get a hold of this, the new residents that are, down around the West Loop area, I guess, and around the loop, there's, another 60,000 or more, I forget what the number is, residents there, enough to fill a whole ward, which is why they came up with a scheme to move the 34th ward up to the near west side. But go ahead.
Now, with that move, do you think they made that move because Carrie Austin would appear to be a lame duck? Because in another world, Carrie Austin is the second in seniority. And so She would not have, her ward would have been the last to be touched. But it seems like the seniority and all of those different things are not necessarily the same factors anymore. Who are the players in this who are the real players or who are the factions that exist that you've seen thus far, Mark?
Well, you tell me who the real players are. You always know more about this stuff than me. But, the Latino caucus is led by Gil Villegas. And he's working with Victor Reyes, who you know quite well, and Bert Odelson, a very senior lawyer around town, usually works with members of the Black Caucus. But, they decided they didn't want him this time, so he's sort of gleefully taken the other team. And, who they've got, they don't, it's not like they got a lot. This is, Villegas wasn't even on the council the last time that Remap, so he has no experience in Remap, which is, kind of odd. But, they lost Solis. Solis was the guy doing it the last time. Ricky Munoz is gone. They don't have a lot of senior people. So then on the Black Caucus is, being led by Jason Irvin in this. And he's told me who his lawyers are, but they're unfamiliar to me, so I don't know them. I got to admit.
Brendan
and
Schiller.
Then you got.
Wasn't it Brendan Schiller? Did you hear about the fact that the lead attorney actually works for the Verdoliak law firm? Is there any irony to that? Do you find any irony that the Black Caucus, their lead counsel, is actually? So I can't think of there's two white guys, Brendan Schiller, who is the son of Helen Schiller, and I can't think of the other partner, but the third partner, because I think they looked up and realized that the Black Caucus was being represented by all white guys, so they hired the Verdoliak law firm. Is leading a litigator from the Verdoliak law firm is leading the Black Caucus charge. Is there any irony to that? Do you?
Well, there is. There is. Now, Michelle Harris is using Mike Casper, and Michelle Harris is the Rules Committee chairman, and historically, by ordinance, I think the Rules Committee is in charge of the Remap process, and she's using Mike Casper, who is longtime lawyer for the Illinois Democratic Party, and most specifically recognized as being tied with Mike Madigan. Now, I don't, people are trying to tell me, oh, that means Madigan's running that bus. I don't think that's the way it really works. But I'm sure that it would be unusual for him to draw a map that, would be mad for what's left of Madigan's ward, right? So it's, that's all that's interesting to me. But I had not heard about Verdoliak.
Yeah, so one of the other things that I'm wondering, and guys, so Bert Odelson was widely recognized as one of the smartest political lawyers in the game. We swapped out. I don't know what happened there and all the changes. What I don't hear a lot about is I'm not hearing a lot from the white guys outside of the Southwest side. What's going on the North side? I see seems to be a pissing contest between Brian Hopkins and Scott Waguespack. How do you think that one works out? Over the Lincoln Yards development. And Mark, help people understand, why would they be fighting over a development that isn't even happening yet? And essentially, if it's completely built out, would probably become a ward in and of itself.
Yeah, well, like you say, it's this potentially massive development. It used to be in Waguespack's ward up until 10 years ago, I guess, and then they moved it to the second ward. Well, it might even been goes back longer than that. I'm not sure. Whatever, it still borders 32nd Ward, Waguespack's ward. So he feels like he wants some control over it, because it's going to be so big, it's going to have a huge effect on the people in his ward who live just west of it. And of course, it's just a lot to control. You've got a lot, that developer related, they're good for a lot of money in campaign contributions. And, if that whole thing, you want to be the one to control it if you can, even though it's going to be a major pain in the butt. Hopkins has been very supportive of the project, Waguespack, less so. I'm not even sure it would be getting built right now if he'd been driving the bus, to use a phrase we've already used this morning. And you know, they're fighting over who gets to have it. And you know, like the Latino caucus drew a map that leaves it with Hopkins. I think usually everybody's going to kind of leave these things with who they're with. They left the 78 is the other big prize, and they've left that with Byron Sigcho Lopez.
Yikes!
But you know, Byron doesn't.
He doesn't like very much development, man. He
doesn't like development. He doesn't like development. So you know, there's some thought of like moving that over to 11, which is the Daley family ward, right?
But wait, I saw that.
But maybe not.
In what world does the 11th ward, which is got to be probably the most untouchable ward in my entire life, how is it possible that they could be turned into an Asian ward? And do you think they could survive? Do you think Patrick Daley Thompson could survive that race?
If Patrick Daley Thompson can survive the court case, federal indictment against him, yes, I think he could survive. You know, the Asian population is a lot like the Latino population in that they have a lot of non-citizens, and they have a lot of, not people who aren't registered to vote. So it would take a while before them to get organized enough, I think, to take out Daley. And I'm guessing he might know that too, that he could survive a little bit longer under a map that makes that an Asian ward. Although, it wouldn't take long for they gang up on him, I think.
Okay. Mark, what other things have you noticed or that have piqued your interest in this remap process? Who are there any emerging players? I noticed you mentioned Alderman Gilbert Villegas, who seems to be on offense regardless. And the other part of him bringing in Victor Reyes. My question with the Victor Reyes piece, and I know I do have some very intimate knowledge, it seems like the Latinos, when necessary, regardless of their predispositions, tend to come together, or at least the old Latinos. Where does Chewy fit in this?
I don't know. That's a good question. That is a good question, because he's going to try to keep that alliance together down there that protects him, which that's the alliance with Madigan. Now they're going to, this map proposes just to totally cut loose Burke, which there's some.
Can they really pull it
there.
though? Burke has survived almost everything. The only thing I think beats Burke, really, honestly, is time. So does he have any stick? Does he have any leg to stand on? Is there any world in which Ed Burke survives this remap?
Well, some people tell me, yes, because, I just don't think he's just going to get beat anyhow in the next election. So I don't know why he would, dig in and fight again. He's just not going to make. There's no way he wins another election down there.
Does he install?
They got Aaron Ortiz has already won the Democratic committeeman seat. Yeah, I know. Yeah, does he install a daughter or something down there? I've wondered that, but I don't know. Will he take this? Will people go to the mat for him when he really looks like a goner? I mean, the guy he's still. You read city council, the stories of what's going on in city council, and you could tell he's still pulling strings, right? He's still
leading the white guy caucus, man. White guy caucus lit. Well, let me say this: we saw, because I saw an interesting thing. I think an interesting coalition forming which is what I call the white guy caucus being led by Alderman Silvana Tabares. Where do they fit in this thing? Because I feel like they're the byproduct that really nobody's talking about, but I think are the ones that we got to keep an eye on because they got all the political mind over there.
Well, Tabares seems to be, she's teamed up with Victor because Victor seems to be trying to move her to the front. But obviously she has made an alliance with Madigan at the same time, it seems to me. And those folks down there, or at least Madigan's people, I don't know how much she deals with Madigan, but Burke's, whatever who Burke is leading, it's just more like he just figures out who will be against who will be against Lightfoot, yeah. And along those lines, can you tell me why Anthony Beale threw in with the Latino caucus? I mean, he's
because he feels disrespected by the Black Caucus. He feels as well. Let me not speak for Alderman Beale, and we'll try and get him on and ask him. But I would tell you that Alderman Beale feels like he told you so, and he feels like he's been dissed by the mayor. She kind of stripped him down, and nobody really got his back in the Black Caucus. Now, I think if you were to ask people historically who they could count on, I would say that I wouldn't necessarily. I would just tell you that I don't think that there's a lot of love lost between the Ninth Ward and a lot of the members of the Black Caucus, if that makes sense. And I would say, particularly from Alderman Beale's side, who he feels as though, it seems as though he's been left out to dry, as everyone else seems to have been falling in line with Mayor Lightfoot, and kind of things have operated as usual. He seems to be like the target of her ire, and considering that he was one of the first people to support her, I think he's feeling a little slighted, sort of like Willie Wilson as well. She's probably kicked every black dude to the curb. So I could just see him doing it out of spite, if nothing else.
But don't you think he's still strong in that ward? That's
I think he's strong in that ward, and I think that it'll be hard for them to unseat him, and regardless of the map that they draw him, specifically knowing that we start from downtown, I think he's kind of in a catbird seat because what is Sadlowski going to do, right? She doesn't want all that black population, and with Carrie Austin being on the block in that that southeastern side and being able to come a little bit north, I think he survives without really, he doesn't really need anybody, in my estimation.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking,
But you never know. They could pull one out of there. They could pull one out. Mark, I know I held you for a half hour, so real quick, if you were a betting man, which I would guess that, as straight-laced as you are, you probably aren't a betting man. But if you had to guess, who's the biggest winners, who's the biggest losers, and will the fight be between the blacks and the Latinos, or will they figure out a way to carve up the white folks and not go to battle?
I didn't write any of that in the two columns I wrote, Mace, because I didn't want to make myself look like a fool because I really don't know. I assume that the easiest thing here is some sort of compromise. Maybe the black community does lose one seat. I don't. And maybe they figure out some way that that messes with Austin, Kerry Austin. I don't know. There's no big winners. I mean, we're really fighting over basically one seat here, one seat there. What would be a big win? I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know, Mace. Normally, I would call you and ask you how it's going to fall. So your listeners know that, so that you know.
Once again, adding to my credibility, that is the man, Mark Brown. I'm gonna tell you guys, you should always check him out in the Sun Times. He says he's semi-retired, but if you really want to get some insight, Mark, he's not like an easy pushover. I can call Mark and he'll be like, he'll ask me 20 questions. Hey, Mark, before we go, what are you seeing in that assessors race, man? It's kind of crazy out there.
Yeah.
Shameless plug. I'll leave you be on that, Mark. Hey, y'all, that was Mark Brown from the Chicago Sun-Times. Mark, tell people how they can keep up with you, find you, check out your column, and if they want. Do you even respond to emails?
Yeah, I respond to email.
All right. Tell people how they can keep up with you, Mark.
Mark Brown at suntimes.com. I don't memorize all that social media stuff. I know that's how you've made that's why you're on the rise and I'm on the way out. You kept pace.
Well, I'm going to tell you what, Mark. You kept pace for so many years and kept Chicago informed. And I'm going to tell you what, you will always be a resource and somewhere that I will check. Hey, y'all, it is Mark Brown from the Chicago Sun-Times. Thanks, Mark, for taking time out with us today. We appreciate you. And I'll be circling back with you on a few more of these things because I think this thing is going to get hotter before it gets later. When the last time the Murphy map, didn't it cost like $30 million for this? Something crazy?
These things often end up in court. And I do think that this one will likely end up in court because you're not going to make everybody happy this year.
All right. That is Mark Brown from the Chicago Sun-Times. Look, y'all, we'll be back after these messages. It's the Mays Jackson.
The Mays Jackson Show will be back after this break.
WIIFTBPM. Introducing your trusted source for high-quality black emojis, better known as Blackmoji. We believe black is beautiful, and that beauty should be reflected in the digital market. Now there is an app that does just that, starting with Black Greek letter organizations. Blackmoji D9 offers more than an emoji app. It is a cultural experience of black excellence. Download the app in the Apple or Google Play Store to access a specially curated catalog of emojis representing the Divine Nine. Use the emojis to celebrate Black Greek events, acknowledge current events, support social causes, and learn about esteemed Black Greek members who blaze the trail of Black history. A portion of every subscription goes toward a scholarship fund specifically for members of Black Greek letter organizations to help keep the legacy alive. Download the Blackmoji app today. Shop at Black-owned and operated Solo Beauty, where you are appreciated and respected. Located at 8158 South Cottage Grove, Solo Beauty can supply all of your black hair care needs. Solo Beauty is open from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m., Tuesday through Saturday.
And now, traffic and weather.
Good morning. What's in it for the Black People Media family? The time is now 8:33 a.m. and I'm Riis the Ruler with your Chicagoland area sports traffic and weather update. In sports, the Chicago Bears lose yesterday to the San Francisco's 49ers 33-22. Now over the traffic on the Kennedy O'Hare to the Loop is 49 minutes. Outbound to O'Hare 18. On the Edens, Deerfield to Exchange 56 minutes. Exchange back out to Deerfield 28. On the Eisenhower, Thorndale to the Loop, 1 hour back out to Thorndale, just 35 minutes. On the Stevenson from I-355 to the Dan Ryan will be 52 minutes. Outbound will be 34. On the Bishop Ford from I-80 to the Dan Ryan will be 34 minutes, 37 minutes back out to I-80. The Dan Ryan is 20 minutes to the Loop, 15 minutes back out to 95th. On DuSable Lakeshore Drive South from 55th to Jackson is 11 minutes. Jackson back out to 55th will be 8. The north side of things, Randolph to Bryn Mawr will be 8 minutes. Bryn Mawr back to Randolph will be 9 minutes. Today's weather, it is currently 37 degrees and sunny. Today will be a high of 48 with a low of 36. I'm Riis the Ruler, and I hear so good here on the Mays Jackson Show.
I don't know what you did, but you did it right. Girl, you make it look so easy. Everywhere you go, heads turning left and right. Can't say you a dime, you're a 20-piece. Cause girl, you're the reason I be acting funny. Everything in me telling me don't let you get away. And all the guys looking like they wanna love you. Every day I'm your body, got none over my dead body. Why you gotta look so good? Why you gotta look so good? Why you gotta look so good? With your hair done, nails done, when you put that grown on, why you gotta look so good, good? With your hair done, nails done, when you put that grown on, girl, why you gotta look so good? I can look and see you're not an average chick. You're shutting it down everywhere you go. Girl, I want you as bad as I want a check. Cause you're sexy from head to toe. Girl, you're the reason I be acting funny. Everything in me telling me all that you get away. And all the guys looking like they wanna love you. Every day I'm your body, got not over my dead body. Why you gotta look so good? Why you gotta look so good? Why you gotta look so good? With your hair done, nails done, when you put your grown on. It's something about you when you put your grown on. When you're waking up straight out of bed, girl, why you gotta look so good? When you're at the job just taking a break, girl, why you gotta look so good? In the club turning up, why you gotta look so good? On the dance floor giving more, why you gotta look so good? Why you gotta look so good? Why you gotta look so good? Girl, you know you be killing them when you be getting your own woman on. Why you gotta look so good? With your hair done, your nails done, when you put that grown on, girl, why you gotta
You are listening to the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Got my man, DJ Riis the Ruler. That was Chicago Sun-Times. Hey, man, I've been putting it on for y'all the last couple of weeks, right? That is one of the top columnists, Chicago Sun-Times. Mark Brown, he is like a grumpy dude. It's like when he laughs, he be like, ha, 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 ha. He reminds me of my boy who'd be like, I'm so happy. This is the greatest day ever. Hey, y'all, it's the Maze Jackson Show, and I want to talk about something real quick. Hey, Riis, did you see the story about what happened at Jones College Prep? I used to be Jones Commercial, but now it's Jones College Prep. Apparently, the the drama teacher got canceled by his students. So there's two components to this story that I want to talk about. There's the first part, which is the cancellation culture. Hey, Riis, what would you say if I told you that the students at Jones Commercial Prep said that they wanted they felt uncomfortable performing. Dang, I thought I wrote it down. They felt uncomfortable performing the complete works of Shakespeare. In the play, students said that they felt uncomfortable because one of the characters was the victim of a sexual assault, had her tongue cut out, and they referred to her as stumps because part of her limbs had been removed. Because part of the story was that the victim cooked her rapist and served it. The goal was to kill the rapist, cook the rapist, and serve the rapist to her mother. Now, this is a Shakespearean story. It's been done, performed millions of times. I don't know what the play was, but the students at Jones College Prep said that they were uncomfortable performing what was a classic masterpiece. Riis, I gotta ask you. Oh, then there were Asian students who were part of the play or part of acts at the school before where they were forced to play roles where they had to have Asian accents, right? And so they felt uncomfortable, but as actors and because they were in a drama club, they did it anyway, but they wished that they wouldn't have had to. Then there were also scenes throughout this where the usage of the word retarded was involved. And students said that they did not want to do the play because it made them feel uncomfortable. Some people had special needs, brothers and sisters, and the usage of the word in the play, it made them uncomfortable. And so I gotta ask you, Riis, do we need to censor, filter, or now this is William Shakespeare. Some created, some they say he's the greatest writer ever, or one of those things. But historically, and it was set in a time period when they was doing that type of stuff. Should we cancel these plays? Should Shakespeare be should we whitewash them? The student said that they didn't, when they got to the lines, he was like, "What's the problem? Come on." It makes me think of Debbie Allen when she says, "You want fame? Well, fame costs. And right here's where you start paying." Now, I want to frame this because y'all remember they're actors. And they're acting from the medieval times. Right? So this was all written when this type of stuff happened. Do we change it? Does it get executed the way that it was? The students said they didn't mind. They didn't want to cancel the play because they canceled the play over creative differences. But the students said they would have been okay. They would have been okay if they would have edited the play. Do you edit classic works? Or do you say this is for this time period? Give us a call, 872-259-7474. 872-259-7474. Now, I'm gonna add a twist to this because there's another phase to this story. Apparently, this same drama teacher had made students feel uncomfortable, Riis, because he used words such as, I'm gonna use the rhymes. Snitch with the B. Punt with the C. And he called the girls whores as well. He sends the kids to the store to get cigarettes using a fake ID as the teacher in the drama club. So now I'm gonna mix all of this up. So the first part is, then I'm going to add to the fact that he was a drama teacher. So, Riis, did you ever have a drama club at your school? I don't know if Prosser had that.
Yeah.
And typically, the drama teacher,
weird guy.
We'll leave it at that. And so, oftentimes, as we know in the weird guy culture, when they think they're cool, they use these words, right? Weird guys, as you call them, not me. They call each other snitches. And I feel like there is a point in the weird guy thing where they feel like they got a pass to use all of these offensive words, etc., because they've been offended. So I got a couple questions. First thing is, should Shakespeare be canceled? Should children be doing high school Shakespeare plays in high school? Knowing the content of what it is, or is that classic acting? Because again, if you say no, then really, can you write horror movies anymore?
I don't know. I just believe that the cancel culture be trying to get too deep into stuff. Like you said, like sometimes it's just art. You know, like that's like Shakespeare is considered as like art. So and it's a play. Like you said, it's acting. Like what do they want? Like you can't change a Shakespeare play.
Sure, but they were saying they wanted to edit it.
Edit it to do what?
Think about that. Like think about editing. So imagine they took all of our songs and everything that we did and edited them for being politically correct. Can you edit Shakespeare? And should you? Because again, my thing would be like, if you erase that, then it's almost saying like it didn't happen. And then you can fill it in with what you want. Oh, it was always good. So I do ask you, Riis, so no cancel. Should they have been forced to do the lines? Like where it's not them lines. Should they have been forced to do the lines that included, there was a point where in the thing, it's like she talks about boiling this rapist and feeding them to their mother.
This is the actual Shakespeare
play. It's like, you know how they be boil and bruise and bubbles. May I make you have lots of trouble. You know, that type of stuff. I don't know that, if they cancel Shakespeare, Dave Chappelle ain't got no chance. Shakespeare. And are the kids, what's so crazy is, I guess there's acting classes. And so the students said that they felt uncomfortable. So does Shakespeare get canceled? Now, I'm not here to defend Shakespeare because who am I to care about that white Englishman? But I do think about how it plays out for us. So does that mean that they get to go back and edit Malcolm X? Does that mean that they get to go back and edit the message to the black man? Like, if you allow this, what is editable content? And will they edit slavery away? Like, does slavery make white kids uncomfortable? Remember how they said we need to stop, what's Condoleezza said, we shouldn't make white kids uncomfortable? Well, I would guess that if slavery, you read the real stories of slavery, that would make people uncomfortable. Did the school go too far? Now, let me add another component to this. This teacher, and they combine the stories, but I see two different issues. There's the issue of the historical context of this art, but then there's the trying to be the cool teacher, where the cool teacher uses inappropriate language in reference. I don't know if for anything else, if the teacher referred to the kids as snitches, punts, and whores, should they, what's the matter? Is that me? If the teacher what makes a teacher feel comfortable talking to students where he can call them snitches, punts, and whores? You know what you was talking about, weird guy, Riis? I think weird guys think they got a pass in that space. And that because they feel like they get to go in between, that they feel comfortable using those words. But I don't know that if it's even acceptable in a school place. Do you know what I'm talking about, Riis? Like when the gay people be calling each other all types of, they will get at it and curse each other out and all type of stuff. But is that appropriate for a teacher to be doing with students and sending the students to go get cigarettes? Now I'm gonna tell you, if you're a kid in school and the teacher lets you leave out the class to go get cigarettes from the store, there's a time when you're a kid where that's cool, right? Where you go to the store because that means you can leave school. Why you laughing, dog? What's funny? What's so funny, Reese? You making fun of me, man?
No, I'm just saying that is so weird that a teacher is actually sending the students out. First of all, do you know that nowadays that's like different because you can send a senior out because they was 18. You do know that cigarettes now are 21, right? Any tobacco is 21.
Really?
That's why I'm laughing.
Oh wow! And he gave him a fake ID to do it.
That's why. That's what I'm saying. Like he couldn't even send a senior out there. Like,
do you think he was trying to be the cool teacher?
Is it? I mean,
like
cool
and calling
your
them like
job.
when you calling them, you shut up, you snitches, you old cuz you know. I feel like it's almost like how. Have you ever been in a space where gay people feel like they have leeway with black people, where they feel like, shoot, me and you, we in the same, like, and I feel like this is what happened in this scenario, and there's two stories in there, because again. The stories, the cancel, how do I put this? The students tried to cancel a person who would ordinarily be trying to cancel people. Does that make sense? The students was like, so here is a person who would be a victim of who would be a propagator of the cancer culture, i.e. the teacher. Because the teacher, probably if I was to use a different name, I would be considered phobic. Here is the teacher using this language in reference to students that should essentially get them canceled. You got anybody on the phone line? Let's go to the live line. It's the Maze Jackson Show. Hey, y'all, talk to me about that cancel culture. And did the teacher go too far? And what possesses a teacher to feel like they can call these girls snitches, punts, and whores? Call you on the Maze Jackson Show.
Maze, can you hear me?
I certainly can. Sound like Brother Roosevelt.
This is he.
What's up, Roosevelt?
I think that there's a larger stage of activity being taking place here. We are in a transitory period in our humanity. We've always been taught that the theater and the freedom of speech is one of the core elements of our nation. So we get to the fact that the arts are nothing but a fictitious representation of human activity. And when you begin to interfere with that process, then you're dealing with controlled thoughts. I think that the whole system that the world is in, something Ray Charles used to say, the world is in an uproar, and the danger zone is everywhere. Just read your newspaper. We are in an upheaval, so when you look at these little incidents, they seem to be not related to anything, but it goes back to the abortion. It goes back to the rights. There's a reconstitution of what all has already been told. So the question is, critical race theory, let's control what truth is. We're in a danger zone. What you think?
I definitely think we're in a danger zone. I think all of this stuff that is being pushed into our universe is actually sending so many mixed signals, but it almost gets to the point where you don't know which way is up or down. Like, who do you defend in this scenario? Right? The kids are right for not wanting to be called snitches, punts, and whores, but should they be able to, at the same time, cancel Shakespeare? Think about the irony of a potentially LGBT teacher being canceled for what could be seen as misogynistic and violent stuff. I don't know. Maze Jackson Show. What happens to the teacher that decide Bueller? Teacher, like, I feel like that sounds like a teacher. You know, it reminds me of the story of Franklin Fine Arts, where the white gay principal was busy talking crazy to the black people and felt like they could take leeway and be like, girl, and all of that stuff. And it's almost like, if this is a black person that complained, we'd have had to sit through it. Right? If a black person would have complained about that, you'd have to sit through it. And you'd have to say, and it would be like, we didn't mean it like that. I just don't know in what world does a teacher feel comfortable enough to send students. And why is he still working? He's suspended with pay. Like, I think you forget the story was Riis. I think you gave the real story, which was this teacher is sending high school students to buy. So did he buy buy cigarettes? That's 21. So could he send them to go get weed? And he gave him a fake ID.
That's why I was laughing. Like, I'm confused, and that's what I do believe, and that's also my generation. Is I think we be trying to be too cool with our lower generation. Be a level head with them, and we didn't grow up like that. Like we had the big homies and the older homies, and I keep trying to tell everybody the big homies now is the little homies. You know what I'm saying? Like the big homies calling the little homies big homies now. I believe that we need to we are like our guidance, so as a teacher, you hold a certain standard, like your favorite teacher that you remember probably never did none of that stuff, like never called the student out their names and stuff like that, but they actually taught you, they grabbed your attention somewhere in school and it enlightened your brain, and that's what I think that they need to do. They want to come in, be the cool teacher, man, because we probably grew up always hearing, man, no matter what, no matter if it's 1 student or 30 students, I still get my check. So hearing that, I know for me and my generation now, I'm going into it with the same mindset and like, well, you know what, now it's just a check now instead of, trying to reach the students. Now I'm just really just going for a check. To be doing something like that, to really put your, that's your job, that's a lawsuit. Like,
that's white privilege, bro. A black person, no, you ain't pulling that with no white students. I'm telling you, that teacher thought he was a cool teacher.
Mm-hmm.
That teacher thought he was the cool teacher, and I'm telling you, somebody took advantage of it till it wasn't cool, and they was like, now we finna whoop you with it.
Oh, of course. I mean, you have to know that was gonna happen. Like I'm sending students out with a fake ID to give me some cigarettos or some Newport 100 or whatever it is.
He was white. He was probably getting Marlboros.
Oh man, you sent him out to get some Marlboros.
You sent him out to get some Marlboros, not even no Newports or no Cools. All right, man, Riis, I'm telling you, though, canceling Shakespeare is a very dangerous thing. I don't got no love for Shakespeare, and I sure didn't like reading the these, the thous, the thou shalt, nothing. But the moment that we start,
what's next, right?
Right, I mean, again, if they could take Shakespeare out, they could get Dave Chappelle. Y'all talking that craziness. I know y'all saying no, but...
I think the reason why they can't get the Dave Chappelle, because to get Dave Chappelle is actually, he kind of put himself in there like, I'm going to say this to show y'all what y'all can't say. So if you cancel me, it's exactly what I was trying to show you guys, like boom, like you trying, like I've been saying, like I can say the N-word 1,000,000 times in 1,000,000 songs, but if, I say anything about them, it's crazy. So I believe that Dave Chappelle put himself on like, I'm finna show y'all, like, if you cancel me, then you proving my exact point on how the world is today. So I think he good because you can't cancel him.
Reverse psychology.
Exactly. Like you can't cancel me because then it'll prove my point. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I'm here.
Oh no, man. Shout out to YouTube who has won the day. They at 180 right now. Facebook, they around here mollywopping y'all. They boxing y'all about the ears now. Shout out to everybody on YouTube. Shout out to everybody on Facebook. Andrew Ivy, what's up, brother? Appreciate you again. I just was looking at your check yesterday. Hey, y'all, don't forget we've got the What's in It for the Black People Telethon. It's a live broadcast, brunch and band, Friday, November 19th. Tickets will go on sale this week. Right? Tickets will go on sale this week. Get your tickets, get your table, get your spot. We're also going to be trying to raise money to raise our What's in It for the Black People billboards throughout the city. You know how when you come to Atlanta and Ludacris be like, welcome to Atlanta where the players play. We want it to be welcome to Chicago, the city where we ask what's in it for the black people first. Hey, y'all. It's been a great show. Great time. I appreciate you all. Shout out to all of you all who have been with us, rocking with us. Thanks to everybody who came out to the tailgate. Hey y'all, I don't know if y'all saw my picture of my little lamb, cause my granddaughter had a Halloween. She was all dressed up as Mary, had a little lamb. She was over at the crib this weekend. I told her I cleaned the table. I let her have the front room table. Now she think it's her stage. She be dancing on the dining room table. You know, we got in front of our, you know, the coffee table. She be getting it. Oh, is it a coffee table? What's the coffee table where you put all the table where you put all the magazines on? She just wiped it off and was like, "This is now my stage."
Yeah, it's the coffee table. I guess you can say that.
Okay, it's the main table in the living room. But anyway, y'all had a great time this weekend, chilling with my family. Big meetings, big business coming up next. So y'all stay tuned. Tune in tomorrow. I definitely know we got guests. I think Tamiko's bringing in some families that were victim of, they're trying to solve a mystery. We got New Era Chicago coming in this week. Ruthie will be here tomorrow. So it's all. We got it all cracking. Riis, you good?
I'm blessed by the best. You already know the rest.
All right. Hey, y'all, and just for the record, one more time, Devin Gordine is officially kicked out of the Bears fan club. He is a troll. He is a Bears troll. So don't even respond when he be putting up them Bears posts like "Go Nagy" and "We could do it again." And you know how you be wanting, you know, and he be like, "Look at these suckers." So we ain't even going for it. Tiger, people was asking about you yesterday. It's all right though. We're gonna put you on the list. We're gonna put Tiger on the do not show list.
And you told everybody my secret yesterday, so I had to work a little harder. You know, I'm trying to sell all the gear, and Maze told me about you, so I had to work a little harder.
Riis, man, we might have to put Riis on commission, boy. You put Riis on commission, y'all ain't nobody getting up out the store. All right, y'all, this is the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Got my man, DJ Riis the Ruler. Shout out to my man, Big Swill. Y'all go check him out at TP, 5410 South Wentworth. If you are a smoker, you need a gift for smokers. If you're just trying to find a place where you could go get everything, you want to get you a What's in it for the Black People hoodie, shirt. We got long sleeve tees. I'm going to have to go get me a long sleeve tee so I can rock it. And did you notice, when I go get my long sleeve tee, I'm going to pay for it, too. Hey, man, it's the Maze Jackson Show. Thanks to all the people who came out yesterday and made donations, too. All right, so for Maze and Riis, Ruthie, did we say Todd? Do we say Todd?
To his name is right there. You know, he came right before you get there.
I was literally about to scratch it off with a pen. So for Maze and Riis, Ruthie and Todd, sometimes. Shout out to the Robins. Shout out to the Robins who won the 11-year-old state championship, too. They did their thing in the footballs. I am your host, asking every single day, what's in it for the black people? And if you don't like it, you can still tell them. Maze said, we out of here. Peace.
Let's get down to business and go ahead and address the facts, man. Lightfoot seems more lesbian than black. Rahm Emanuel's another case. He was just as tired. 50 closed schools left much to be desired. Police had Anjanette naked on that body cam. They suppressed the footage so it couldn't touch a lot of hands. Reminds me of that 16 shots in that cover-up. Both of them similar, so I went and dug it up. George Floyd killed, a lot of riots happened in the town. Southside burned and they wouldn't let them bridges down. Grandmother sick, need a prescription and plus a couple groceries. You gon' have to travel just to get it now. COVID-19 out here shutting all the business down. Not enough SBA loans to even give around. So many failed businesses that you